Greetings, travelers. So, you enjoy my stories of these terrible pirates, plunderers of the high seas who bring death and destruction to those that may oppose them. Warriors, through and through. Sailors, but not without a bit of gold in their hearts. Of course, this doesn't mean that they're not ready to sink to some lows. Perhaps today's tale will show you what true mettle they have, and prove whether or not they are the heroes of the story, or the villains. They've narrowly escaped Whalebone Pilk, defeating the dark spirit, causing it to be freeing the shackles of its curse. And then they avoided the Chelish pirate hunters out there in force, flexing their muscles in the shackles. Now, repairs are what the ship needs, and it's then full course for Tidewater Rock. Will they make a true calling of themselves, with a home away from homes, a place they can lay their boots on the ground? Or will they just spell more shenanigans for them? Boopity boopity boop boop. That was wrong button to press, but now I did that.
Shenanigans.
Murder?
What?
Murder shenanigans.
Pirates don't murder people. What are you talking about?
We're goody two-shoes. We're a chaotic good party.
We've never committed a single crime.
No crimes allowed.
Crime is
How
illegal,
many
that's what we
fishing
can't do it.
villages did you raid?
Exactly.
How
None.
many?
Zero?
They were all evil outposts. Hard
they're all-
humans. So
They
we
were all
must-
necromancers.
So we had to destroy
Wow,
them.
I resent
we-
that.
What we're doing is we have ridded the shackles of a dangerous curse. We are dealing with a pirate issue that they have that's been ongoing, and in exchange, the citizenry have risen up to give us money. We just had to go collect it.
Sure.
This is Yaalkol knows what's up.
Uh-huh.
What? Erik said something? I wasn't. My brain.
Okay.
But yes, if you missed it last time, they defeated Whalebone Pilk, the horrible breath-stealing ghost, which undead that had been plaguing the shackles. Technically more on the lines of freeing themselves from the curse of Whalebone Pilk, attempting to steal their skulls in order to fill the bowels of his ship with the skulls of the dead.
I need my skull.
I like living. Well, see, I'm not ready to join Besmar yet, so I must have destroyed him. I had no other option.
He just wanted your soul, so he could just, continue his collection and eventually be freed from his undead coil, and his spirit returns to the waves. In a horrible, violent manner, but still, nonetheless.
You did have to collect a weirdly specific number of skulls.
I think it was 1,000, like 20 for each of his crew that he got caught, or 50. I don't know which one it was.
Wasn't like 4,269 or something.
Like 1,000.
Yeah.
That's not even doesn't even work. It's not 420 anymore.
42,069.
Okay, that works now.
super
that
nice.
works. That works now. Okay.
Nice.
Before it didn't.
Mm-hmm. So yes,
Just
Whalebone
checking
Pilk?
Anything else?
is no more. His treasures gained their ship.
Yeah, the treasure of a harpoon in my fucking shoulder.
That was a
You
treasure.
earned it.
Do we keep that actually? Does that
I
disappear?
kept it. It's mine.
just
What is it?
The seeking harpoon.
it's +1 and it's seeking, meaning you can it ignores cover and mischance.
I'm just gonna.
I think it might
Make myself
it might not be
high level
complete
real quick.
mischance. It might be like just partial mischance. So it might be like
You
20.
gain any mischance. That would
This is
otherwise
just me
apply.
testing.
Well then,
All I know is
Alright,
that a
cool.
harpoon is an exotic weapon, so like This thing's a bit hard to use, apparently.
Nah,
Despite
it's
being a
fine.
harpoon.
Yo, Erik, your cool has to learn how to use a harpoon.
Yeah, you gotta go hunt a
I need it to
whale.
be as long as I can get it to be two-handed. I need it to be two-handed. Two-handed
It's
is where
two-handed.
everything I get all my buffs from.
Its category is two-handed.
Oh, okay, well we
Yeah.
can make this work.
That's what I'm saying. All right, listen.
It's not too late for me to start switch around my build. Everything I do now works with a harpoon.
It's actually pretty good. It's just basically just a spear. But
Well, it's,
So,
it,
What's
it,
up?
it-
What's up?
if you're not proficient with harpoons, you treat it like a spear. So if
Yeah.
you use it right now, you would use it just like a spear, but it's a plus one weapon.
I don't know if I'm proficient with spears or not. I think I am.
They're simple weapons.
Yeah, I'm definitely proficient with it.
Certain spears aren't, but I think
Yeah.
most
gonna
of them
put a
are.
harpoon on my.
So is
character
this like a
to
mag-
grab this. I'm
it like-
keeping it.
Oh, you're
Mine.
keeping it?
I'm yeah. I earned it. It landed in my shoulder, so it's mine.
It is
That-
it
that's
is
fair.
effectively a plus
That's
2
fair.
weapon, so I mean it also is like a pretty decent weapon.
Is it what +1 with seeking?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Plus one seeking. I have that actually.
I don't know what seeking does, but you know.
Ignore cover.
Yeah.
But
So-
you
I'm
can
never
throw
gonna throw it.
you can throw a spear farther than a harpoon.
Yeah, you can.
What
Class
the fuck?
Weird.
Well, harpoons are heavy. They're not really meant for distance throwing. They're meant
The-
to sail up next to a whale and chuck it down it.
Yeah. They're meant to have like a line attached to it, so you like actually like hook something.
Yeah, I get it. It just it feels opposite, you know.
Yeah, I can see that. But yeah, so Whalebone Pilk defeated, his treasure hoard gained. You did not take his collection of over 600 skulls. I don't know what you would have done with it.
What?
We really missed out on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need to
Why
go.
didn't anyone tell me?
Yeah.
Why we
That's
took
the hell, guys.
we took the 4 plunder. We didn't take the skulls.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with us?
Yeah, I mean, like, you could have had a
Exactly.
600
Harpoon.
humanoid skulls.
How much do you think we can sell that? A gold a piece?
Uh,
I will
probably
use them
not.
for
Hey, to the right person.
worry about
Get them to necromancers. I'm just saying, they're probably top dime.
That's true. They could create, like, a swarm of skulls or some kind of horrible undead, like, thing about that, maybe, you know? It's, that seems like an awful thing, actually. That also
Well-
seems like a Pathfinder monster,
Oh,
swarm
shit.
of skulls.
This harpoon's actually pretty good because if I do know the square an invisible creature is on, I can just throw it at it.
Yeah,
Nice.
I have to aim for the square specifically, not the creature.
yeah.
I refuse to believe that there isn't a swarm of skulls in Carrion Crown.
I mean,
Oh.
I can make
Could
a
be.
swarm of skulls in the D&D game I run.
But,
No, please don't.
Some of us are in that game.
Do it,
I miss so many. I miss 3/4 of my shots, and I shoot 2 around. Okay.
Really sad.
that sounds like a
honestly.
you problem, not a skull
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, that's a you
The
problem.
skulls will just kill you. You have to make a new
The
character.
skulls will kill you, and then you can play actual Drizzt.
You know what? If I die, I'll make actual Drizzt just for
I mean,
you.
you already are actually.
It's actually true. No, I'll make the 3.5 one where I'm like 10 levels of fighter, 4 of ranger, 1 of barbarian.
Oh,
whatever
fuck, I remember
Drizzt
that.
is.
He's gone on a lot of adventures.
He's got
okay?
such like a weird class combination. Whatever. Anyway, just make him a
Pirates.
goddamn ranger like he's supposed to be.
Pirate.
Pirates, yes. Defeated Whalebone Pilk. You got your ship damaged in the storm which Whalebone attacked you at the beginning of. You went to shore to repair, ran into some pirate hunters, Chelish pirate hunters, who were there not for you. It seems like they had come ashore to probably do a little bit of repairs or something after the storm themselves. And you managed to disable their ship and make a getaway. So, good for you. You escaped them. Yep. Because certainly you took a look at that and were like, nope.
Yeah, that was not something we were surviving.
Yeah. Well, we would die. I think pretty unilaterally.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So where is the closest town that we?
So,
You I think is the closest.
have a few options, and I will go over these options of the 3 towns I discovered. There are... So you can go back towards Aldrim's Harbor. Raketooth would be to the north. Further on to the west would be Olo. Or you could head to those 2 are on Shark Isle. Or you could head to the Ushinia Isles and Genzai. Starting with the harbor. Aldrinian Harbor. It's the main port on that island there, Kripudua. It was founded by an elven witch. Mostly elves in that small town. There's a temple of Callistria there. That is that one. Raketooth. It's the 2nd largest port on Shark Isle. It specialized in pilfered luxury wear. And usually sells stuff on Motoko Isle, and there are a few non-slaver merchants that show up there. The 2 pirate lords of there are 2 pirate lords of Raketooth, and they maintain a relative peace in the town. Let's see here. The only thing about Shark Isle I will let you know is it is known for having sanguine infesting the area. So Raketooth doesn't have a huge sanguine problem. They're also known to give tithes to it. Olo, on the other hand, is the 2nd largest settlement in the Shackles. The cruel pirate Avmar Sorstash, a member of the Pirate Council, rules over it. It's a city. It is plagued by sanguine.
Those are evil people.
They're evil fish monsters.
Yeah, the Sahagin.
Yeah, the Sahagin. Sahagin.
Wagon.
Every time.
You're
Every
welcome.
time.
We hate all of them.
There's 40 ways to pronounce it. I'm still not certain what the correct one is.
Listen, all my homies hate swagons.
Yeah.
Further into the void every...
Genzai is the city of lanterns. It's the capital of the Ushiwa Islands. It was founded by the samurai patriarch Tanagawa Uesme, who conquered the island in a very, very bloody war that lasted for about a month. Though the original inhabitants of the island were said to be horrible cannibals. So, I mean, take it for a grain of salt. They murdered a group of cannibals, after every last man, woman, and child, but, there's no more cannibals there. So, certainly, that one is more of a Tian settlement in Genzai. So, people from far off settled there. So those are the 4 ports that are probably the ones you could go for. Genzai is more on the path. Honestly, none of them are terrible. One of them you're heading backwards to the Elven Aldrinium Harbor. Again, let me put this. Let me go to map mode so people can see.
Yeah, I think Genzai is probably
on the way
because we're going down this corridor.
Yeah, the harbor's over here, and the harbor, as I said, it's ruled. An Elven witch settled it. So I'll shift ping. So
I am, because I am in the corner of hell.
So that's where the Elven witch, which gives it's elf. She probably still rules it, honestly. But it's an Elven settlement. There isn't anything majorly horrible about that. As a Raketooth, you have to deal with. There's an uneasy peace between the 2 pirate captains, which rule over the town. Otherwise, it's a fine town. You don't have to worry about the Sahagwine problem in the area. Olo, you might have to worry about the problem down over here, just because they do plague the town. But it is a very large city, similar to Quentin, which you visited. And then Genzai is more on the way-ish, but again, it's a Tien city, so it's going to probably be more, honestly, more lawful than anything. It's going...
Laws.
Yeah.
Fuck laws, get money.
Well, again, it's... if you're going to a settlement that is a little bit more lawful, honestly, you're maybe not going to have a lot of issues still. You are in the shackles. Yeah. Just because they have law and order in the town doesn't mean that they're going to be like... And the fact is, like, you know, selling plunder isn't usually an issue. You have just a bunch of random, like, gold trinkets if you wanted to sell it off and stuff gathered from the various pirates and vessels that Whalebone sunk to to a watery grave over some years. So I mean, it's treasure. It could be sold off. Honestly, there are people that would just take it. It probably has no exact markings or anything, and no one's really looking for it. And honestly, people don't ask a lot of questions unless you know it's obvious.
I still think Genzai is best if I think it's safe for us to sail that far. If I don't think
with repairs you did, you should be able to make it to there. It's sort of like you did enough repairs that you don't have to worry about anything for right away. But it would be recommended, you know, before you would hit anything like a major storm or something, that you would go somewhere. If you're going to be the safest, then heading back to the harbor would be the safest, honestly. It's the closest one. It would be backtracking, but it's the closest.
If I don't think it's a big deal, then, and if no one wants to disagree, I think we just head to Genzai, since it's on our path.
Oh, what about Witch Mommy over here?
Calm yourself.
I'm superstitious of witches. Okay.
That's
I mean, like,
because my time he's gonna play a witch.
Let's do Genzai. It's on the way.
I mean, yeah, it's like
literally on the way. It's the best case.
I'm sure plenty of your crew would be superstitious of the harbor anyway. Again, witch, and then the island that is plagued by sanguine seems awful. Yes.
That does also seem pretty awful.
Yeah, I think it's a clear winner here.
Yeah. There's this nice coast here named after the fact that, you know, they moved in there and, you know, haven't left.
It's just sort of fucking the place up.
We do a wide berth around that island.
You could probably head in through, like, down here, going around Besmar's throne, cutting through, and then head down to the Oceania Islands. So easily enough to give birth to Shark Isle. So certainly, it'll take a bit of time to travel. I'll switch back over to here.
Need any rules from the dear navigator or pilot?
Sure, give me one. It's probably...
There you go.
Honestly...
What is your passive proficiency sailing?
It's a 29.
I don't think you need to roll.
I don't think I need to roll. Ever. Unless I'm in combat.
Yeah, combat.
Honestly,
yeah, that's like the only time.
It's probably a good like 120 or so, you know, give or take a little bit of mileage. What's the thing where you like, you know, stop snapping and keep going to like make things?
No snapping.
Yeah,
no. The one where you do multiple arrows.
Right click.
Oh, you just right click.
I keep forgetting that.
In clicking shift will keep it there.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not doing a really good draw there, but yeah,
Like,
probably, like, we could say, like, 100 to 120 miles, something like that, of traveling, because you're not really going straight and, you know, from that area you're in. But certainly, it'll take, maybe, like, with the winds and such, maybe, like, half a week of travel, we'll say. Half a week or so. But you will be able to make it to Genzai then. Of course, is a relatively the town itself. You could call it like a small town, but it is a very well settled town. It's almost a small city. It is a busy port. Certainly with a couple of merchant ships seemingly in there, a bunch of fishing vessels, and room for a boat of your size to come in there. Once you kind of moor at the docks, a squirrelish-looking Kienian man will kind of walk up to you and kind of be like, "Welcome to Genzai. How long will you be staying at our fair port?"
What do we think? We're gonna try to sell off our supplies,
The
right?
ship
And it takes a
also-
day.
yeah, and we also need to repair the ship.
Day per
takes
day per plunder if you're going to sell off any plunder.
And
We'll just say 4 days and make it
Yeah.
easy.
call
Time
it
off
for it.
ship.
All right, you are the.
How much gold is that?
He's doing some notes and stuff. Dragon's Promise. You are the Dragon's Promise. All right then. Is there anything you need to declare? Anything that you are shipping in? Anything that you are selling in the town?
We're selling 5 plunder.
We're selling this random stuff we have.
I guess it would be like the treasure and shit we stole off the ghost
Yeah.
ship, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could like mention like the kind of things that you're selling off.
Do we
Right,
want
that
to?
seems
We have
fine.
like. Never mind. We just have a shit ton of like half plate. I don't know if we want to sell it.
Half plate is useful. We can try to use it eventually.
I can get you in contact with the some of the workers at the docks if you need help with any repairs. Will that be acceptable?
Yes.
Excellent. All right then. For a ship of your size staying here, it will be 5 gold a day to keep your vessel in dock.
Gold a day. 4 days. We said
So 20 gold.
20 gold.
Mhm.
Cool. I'll just. Cool. 20 gold is spent.
If something comes up and you require more days, please. He'll instruct you where to go to. Where there is a small. There's basically like a small building that actually functions as the, I guess, port authority, and also like a what would be equivalent to
Master or whatever.
a guard hut actually too, or like a barracks for some soldiers that seem to also guard the docks. There definitely feels like there is a general military presence at the docks, at least. Understandable. Pirates.
Yeah.
So they're always ready. And he'll take your gold and basically hand you like effectively like a written a receipt of stay, like a kind of pass that you have.
Okay.
And he'll leave you to your being here. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Tien culture at all.
Nope.
Your doctor
Food
is.
might.
We have a.
Your
we have
doctor
a
is.
Kitsune. That is.
Would Rio care to do anything in town, or just stay on the boat?
Rio will go and enjoy the fact that he's around people who speak his actual language for once.
Because certainly there
Oh,
is
excuse me for not
common
thinking it.
around here, but there's plenty of the language of Tien that goes around.
Tien. Literally,
Tien.
it's just all
Tien.
Tien.
The entire city has definitely a very foreign feel from anything that you have. Think about like if you'd see like a period like show from like Japan or like I guess it's because it's like a little bit of Tien is like a little Japanese, a little it's just general Asian culture, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Tien is more China, and then there's one that is specifically Japan.
Yeah, so
Kind of like next to Tien.
but it's certainly well. I mean, like they have a little bit of mix because freaking samurai took over the island. And it's a shogunate that controls the island, technically.
What the fuck? His
Yeah.
island's crazy.
Tien
What
is
the
the
fuck?
continent, and the countries are called something else.
The island is independent, but the thing is, there are pirates who live here. The thing is, they pay tribute to the shogun, and then the shogun basically waves the hand at them being there, doing their pirating in their waters and stuff like as long as they don't mess around with anything that's important that's coming into the town. Basically, pirates license themselves out to have the safety of a fairly powerful island that actually has a pretty decent military.
Privateers, baby.
Yeah. So, there are a number of pirates that do that here. But yes, So yeah.
I'm selling 5 plunder.
Okay. That would take you 5 days, though.
Yeah, we need more than 4 days.
Then we're doing 5 days. I forgot it was. All right, hey.
It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
This.
What's selling
But
plunder in
on-
this
from
book
a
or the previous
personal-
book?
I didn't realize it was a day per plunder.
I think it's
Yeah.
Rio
like
will
a lot of
also
stuff.
Rio
It-
will also handle getting the ship repaired since he speaks the language.
yeah. Rio certainly can do that. Again, you're not gonna have a full dry docks to repair it in, so it'll be a little bit more lengthy of repair. But I could say if you're gonna spend 5 days selling plunder, certainly you can get. Let me take a roll. Actually, let me.
Isn't it a number of hit points restored?
Yes.
We lost but we weren't doing actual hit point damage and stuff. It was more of a.
Well, he did get hit by a big rock.
Oh, that's true. Okay, I forgot it was a narrative damage. I'm
Yeah.
still only half awake.
What is this? This is broken.
We only took 17 damage, which we could easily repaired.
17 rock damage.
I'm gonna turn the roll 20 rolling off for a second.
There's some amount of storm damage in
Try to
narrative.
fix it. Pop out.
Yeah.
So
Someone's gotta
roll
also
20
spread.
chat is broken for me.
The what?
Nice.
Roll 20 chat when I pop it out. The little box to put in doesn't exist to actually roll stuff or type things in.
That's because never pop anything out on roll 20.
Yeah, popping things out kind of breaks roll 20 a bit.
It's worked for me the longest time, and I've been doing it so I can do the games here and run it. I need to pop it out so I can have a separate window and do stuff. Or
But
I
are you
can't.
using a different browser right now than you
No, it's the
usually
exact same one I always use.
do? Weird.
Yeah,
Because I could see that if you opened it up with Chrome instead of Firefox or something.
yeah. Let me
About the roll 20 chat.
exit the game and re-enter or something. Maybe that'll
That
fix
usually fixes roll 20.
Oh, a lot of the time, yeah.
Because this is an issue that for all the years I've used it and I've been streaming it, I have not had this issue before. It's a new issue for me. Yay!
Ooh, I mean,
Woohoo!
I mean, I think I could just use the dice roller and roll some stuff.
you
or,
could use the dice roller, yeah.
so I can just do it that way.
Okay, the dice roller is pretty good.
Yeah, I might just have to do it that way. Just play around with that. Yeah, roll 20's loading it in a little slow for me too, apparently.
Roll 20 might be having issues.
No,
Yay!
it's a flawless program.
If it's working for you, let me get the book that has the plunder rules
Give
in
me,
it.
what guy give me a roll for repairing ship? 'Cause I can just roll that for you.
I was gonna have if you want, you can either. I have to figure out how I want to do this because you can technically just use the workers there to do it, but if you want to be involved within it, then that would be separate.
Alright, it's not gonna be involved. He's gonna do other shit.
Okay. So that would leave them to it. There's the sale list for it, and hey, there it finally loaded in. Great. Okay, I found the section that has selling plunder. Yeah. I forget what freaking check it was. Where is it in there? Bluff, diplomacy, intimidate, profession, skill like profession merchant. Okay, yeah. To so you could be this. You could definitely intimidate people to get better price. Apparently,
Or I can diplomacy them.
yes. Yeah,
Or you
no,
could
it's not.
threaten their life.
It's not working for me.
What if I just set them on fire? Will that intimidate them?
I think they'll be dead.
That's I think what you call illegal, which is fine most of the time, but not when we're trying to sell stuff. We could do it to some villagers later.
Just shake his bones a bit.
Oh yeah, that'll
It's a
shake
little
his
broken.
bones.
So I'll just use the
Give it a little
dice
bone
roller.
shake.
Um.
That'd be so painful.
gonna-
The skeleton
Oh,
is
it'd be
shaking.
awful.
Holy.
Okay,
Try to escape.
So the team
Skeleton's got your tongue.
The team assesses the damage. They think that the hit point damage is not going to take long. The patch itself to make it like something a little bit more permanent. They think they could take a week to do it. They would recommend that. The person in charge of of the team that works on ships will be like, he seems to be the only one that can speak the common language, and kind of is which I think is Taldane technically.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's the correct one for this region.
Yes.
I mean, they can talk to Rio.
Well, Tien would be the common language if you're in TNZ, but if you're
Yeah.
in most of the this portion of Galarian, yes, it's Taldane. Anyway, it'll be like, we can certainly get it done in about a week. How long were you planning on staying for? I could easily arrange with the harbor master to have you stay longer if we're getting to work on it.
Spend more money.
We'll spend the 2 extra days here.
Okay.
We'll spend the week.
And more gold.
And he thinks the repairs will take 100 gold. It's not. It's just making sure to find the right pieces and getting it done. And he apologizes that he thinks it's going to take a week because there's some other stuff they're also working on. Honestly. They can have some people take a look at stuff and start getting the proper woods and stuff to replace it, and all that kind of thing together. But it'll probably be towards the end of the week where they can get the full team out there to repair it and get everything set up exactly. So
I've taken it off of the ship money sheet, so all good.
So you will arrange for your repairs. Okay. So if you want to start rolling for selling. So, give me a second here. I know that this is a small town. So let me check the small town chart. So, a town like this, the base sell value is fairly low, I will tell you, for selling plunder. If you want to sell here. You can get about 40% for a plunder, which would be about 400.
Do we want to wait to a bigger town?
How much cargo space do you have left?
Let's see. 5 plunder is 10 tons. We got crew. How much?
Isn't there 1 ton reserve for crew crap?
Generally
Yeah.
speaking, you don't fill up too much on things, and I think your ship was just sailing. Ship.
150 or something?
Yeah, can have 15 plunder, I think. So you're about a third filled up. And usually, if
we
you
should probably just sell it.
you could very easily sell it.
We're at 5 plunder.
Because the crew's gonna take 1 regardless, so we're really only getting 4.
Yeah, but 40%, 400 times.
A good check will increase
4.
that. I will tell you.
If you all want to sell it, I will do it. But
It's like, oh, well, what if we sell to a different town? Well, what if we end up having too much loot and we can't sell anything at all?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's saying we get 10 plunder before we get to a better town.
You don't know. We possibly could, depending on what is in some of these places.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm just,
Again, there are only a couple of very large cities where you
can also just sell some of it.
The thing is, right now, you could also go to the coast. On the coast, outside the Shackles, there are some very large ports, like Port Peril, where you where this adventure started, that are very large cities that are technically not in the Shackles. They're on the continent,
let's just sell it.
It takes time to get to those, but those would be the best places to sell it. Okay, I will.
For a week. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Doesn't matter too much.
Then roll me 4 more checks.
I rolled 1.
Yeah, just roll me 4 more checks.
I rolled 1.
I've got the amount per each of them. Okay. So, you will get 550 for the first one, 600 for the second one, 500 for the next 2, and 550 for the last one.
The last one goes to the crew, right?
Honestly, we could just say that the last one goes to the crew. Sure. So the crew will take their share.
So there's 2150 between us. How much do you want to put towards the ship? Do you want to put half of all plunder to the ship? As the ship funds?
I'm game with half all plunder to the ship. We're gonna need money to keep that up.
Good idea.
Alright, so there's 1075 to the ship. I'm doing math, so give me a second. I can give you the proper numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one's divided by how many of us? There's 5 of us?
There are 5 of you.
Yes. Everyone gets 215.
215 gold?
Yep.
Okay. Now, thing is, you'll be getting that gold probably by the 4th day. You have a week. I'm going to kind of go through and see what everybody wants to do kind of for a week. Yeah, cool. You're in a really interesting new town. What do you want to do for a week? Honestly speaking, this is like a culture you probably have certainly seen nothing like, you know. It's in Asian style culture in comparison to European style cultures that primarily European / Caribbean kind of style cultures that primarily inhabit the shackles.
My character basically grew up in Port Peril, so this is all new to him. He's been on the sea for most of his life, so he's gonna go find a place where he can just buy drinks and sort of sit and people watch.
Sure.
And that's literally going to be the entire time. I might explore around a little bit.
It's like there's not like a good seedy tavern the same kind of way. There's one that feels like it's more of like a
Doesn't
sailor's.
have to be a seedy. Doesn't have to be a seedy.
There
tavern.
is like a sailor's drinking establishment, but it feels like it's a lot more for the local fishermen than anything. Though it seems like a couple like the merchants, and certainly it feels like a couple of the pirates come there. But also it seems like most of the pirates are actually from this town that actually become the privateers here. You know, it's sort of like repurposed merchant vessels or something that they recruit their crew from the locals. So I mean, more than anything. Certainly, like, you know, you're an odd one out. Again, like, your kind is rare normally, anyway, in anywhere in the world. And at most, people sometimes mistake you for just a lizard folk, for an Uruxi, which doesn't help you, you know? But, certainly, like, you'll get the odd, like, you know, like, oh, a big reptilian dude. That's kind of strange. But certainly, like, you know, if you're going to, like, with the sailing establishment, you'll get less looks. If you want to go farther into town, into some of the local places, certainly you'll get a few more looks. But again, like, over a few days, people just sort of get used to you as the, you know, oddity. Probably some kids run up to you, say some things in a language you don't understand, and try to, like, you know, poke you.
I basically will be unresistant to whatever molestation the children visit upon me. I will just sort of sit there and be like...
They have probably never seen any species that's reptilian. Any, you know, honestly.
It sounds so weird, Tempest.
Well, yes, what the thing is. It's like you see something you've never seen before, and kids, they're just gonna, you know, be like, oh, what's this? That's weird. I'm gonna poke it. Or dare their friends to poke it or something.
I will basically just spend the whole time moving about the town. I don't know the language well enough here to recruit. I don't think we need to recruit right now. We're at max capacity, right?
We're plenty of people.
So then I don't really have anything to do here, so I'm just going to spend the time just sort of visiting hotspots around the town.
Yeah. The town itself seems very well organized. They, you know, have a local bathhouse, and a lot of business on their main street. There's a very large kind of like castle, almost. That is at the center of the town, and you know, it's a very interesting town to visit, and you can spend your time there very nicely. Natileis, are you doing anything in town?
Do they have a magic shop? for like scrolls or anything like that?
Yeah, they can have scrolls. I believe they would be using.
Can't imagine they're high level, but that's fine.
They will not have very high level scrolls, but you can probably find a couple of definitely level 1, level 2 scrolls there. It seems primarily they have a lot more divine scrolls, but they do have some arcane. It seems as though just for
Do they have magic missile?
yes, you could find magic
What
missile.
would the price be? 'Cause that matters a lot.
It would matter, and I can give you the town
If
calculations.
it's really expensive, I'll be like, nah.
So it's a small town. Give me a second to calculate this, because I can look up settlements and the rules for it and the pricing. I think it should just be standard price, honestly. Because I don't have the full settlement information on here. I only have part of it. So that doesn't help me in giving the full example of all the stuff it would have.
I don't remember if I copied scroll prices into my sheet for quick reference. Because I did for something. I have crafty things in.
So small town, if we're gonna say spellcasting 4th level.
10 gold? Maybe? Maybe that might be my price to make them. So.
I think it's 50 gold for a scroll. I'd have to check the scroll price. I found the.
I could look it up.
Yeah.
Just open 16 more Pathfinder tabs, as one
For
does when you
a
play
level
Pathfinder.
1 scroll is 25 GP.
Okay, 25.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's been a while since I checked. Well, I think because potions a little bit more because anybody can use it because potions double that. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. I can't think of any other spells at the moment because I'm still like waking up.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely buy the magic missile scroll. So that's 25.
Yep, 25.
Right. Let me just get another calculator out here so I can lower.
They
that
probably have a
money.
collection of what could be called like common spells. So they got like a few of each of like the more general spells a lot of people use. Things like mage armor, or shield, magic missile. The very
shield's tempting.
Again, it feels like they have a lot more divine scrolls. It seems as though like there are fewer arcane casters in the town here overall, but still there's some. Like probably the person behind the counter certainly like has a little bit of an accent, but certainly is very friendly. Travelers from beyond. They get visitors occasionally, especially here. Not as often. Most of the merchants don't come into the portion of town, and certainly most of those that stop by do not come to the shop. So, very interested to see you. All right. Anything else you want to do in town other than buy a couple scrolls?
I mean, unfortunately, I don't have enough money to do anything else. Like,
Okay.
Seriously.
So, Misty, do you want to do anything?
I will take my boys out and we will go and enjoy the city as we have survived a horrible zombie ship.
Oh yeah, that was pretty terrible. Yeah. As I said, there's probably there's things like competitive fighting kind of things, but like things that would be like sports akin to something like sumo or like martial arts and stuff like that. That there's probably places where that could be practiced. There's the bathhouses. There's probably like honestly, there's probably like some. Well, we could be nice about it. Be like geisha houses. We'll go by that. Places like that. That certainly could be visited. Or some places to get some drinks or just nice food in general too.
probably just like the food and drink kind of thing, right? And then also like if there's any pit fighting kind of things, we're probably gonna go do that.
Probably nothing quite as violent and visceral. Probably a lot more organized, but
Umo.
you know, something like akin to, as I said, akin to
We'll go
sumo.
watch
Yeah,
some
no.
of those if any is going on.
I bet they have kickboxing or something like that. 'Cause
Probably.
It's more Chinese.
Yeah, it feels like it's kind of like Tian feels like it's kind of like a mixture of both of them. You know, a lot more.
Me and my boys will go and watch some of the local sports,
Mhm.
enjoy the local food.
Yeah, there's like some like martial artist like there's a local martial artist competition that'll be during the week. We'll say you know, with some folks that are doing like some form of unarmed style, aka some monks that are like fighting it out for a prize reward, you know, or something like that. So it certainly is interesting competition. I don't think any of you people of any kind of training in unarmed, and therefore, you know, would be good for doing that.
Well, I'm just gonna see if there's anything I want to buy one here. So I have to open up the equipment list, 'cause there's a lot of equipment in Pathfinder. There was something I was thinking of purchasing. Get back to me. I'll get back on the purchasing
Okay.
when I find it.
So we know what Rio's doing for 5 of those days. What are you doing with your other 2 days, Rio?
Rio
Um,
is gonna try and avoid a rogue
Okay.
for 2 days.
Okay, sorry. No, it'd probably be the opposite. You'd have 5 days and then 2 days of works, Rio.
That's very.
I'm just
reasonable.
curious, you know, because you are here, Rio. You'd probably have 5
Rio,
days and then 2 days that
you
you're
know-
kind of working with them at the back end. Yeah.
Rio's gonna go to one of those quote-unquote geisha houses and spend his time there.
Oh my.
Okay. Good to know. That's what Rio's doing up until the workers get there.
Does Rio take a hood lady?
Mhm.
Yeah, we can go get more information.
Uh,
Oh hell yeah!
Revia.
Information gathering, my specialty.
Revia, what are you doing?
For the 2 days I'm not selling loot.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna try the spreader infamy
Okay. Yeah. So that
because
is.
I am slightly single-minded in devoting my time and efforts to the crew and the ship to make
Then
it better, bigger.
Please give me a. What were the checks? Bluff, intimidate, or perform.
Oh, I'm not great at this. I forgot that's what they were. I gotta put points in this, I guess.
And your average party level is now 5?
5.
So
Can I use any spells to assist me in this? Like Enthrall?
No, we
Probably
don't.
not.
It's too short.
That's probably horribly illegal.
Yeah.
Well, no one would know. It's an at-will spell-like ability, right? No. I'm just checking if there's any spells that can give me bonuses over a long time. But I don't think I have anything for charisma.
Okay.
Right? I don't get +4. I don't get what is it? Eagle Splendor. Oh, I might get that as cleric actually. Give me a second. Let me just look.
Eagle Splendor would only last a short while. Is the unfortunate thing, and this is like
5 minutes, I guess. So yeah.
yeah, and this is like over the course of a
Well-
day, you know, to braise it. So,
Doesn't fucking matter. I
but
guess.
you will make the DC, and therefore,
Jeez.
you will certainly be able to raise your score by
I can
1.
only do it once, right? In a town.
Once per day. There is a maximum amount you can get per town.
That's my second one for the second day.
Okay. Which will not raise it then. But you will have it go up
So we get one.
each, yes. Because unfortunately the DC has gone up because it goes up to it's 15 plus twice your average party level, so it's DC 25 now. But it also means that you can earn more in both of them, and therefore have like a higher like disrepute for your disrepute abilities that you can do. I think it is. Oh no!
Yeah, I guess
no.
I-
You have more infamy to do your infamy abilities, because I think they both go. I'd have to check this again. It's been a while since we've. Oh no, disrepute is spent.
Yeah. I gotta just put more points into bluff then and
Yeah.
intimidate so I can use them more.
like your infamy can max out, but your disrepute can go up and down. If your infamy eventually does max out, you can still spend it more. But yeah, you have become disgraceful. You can purchase the disgraceful imposition now.
What does that do?
You can choose one favored port. You gain +2 bonus on all infamy checks made at that port.
We don't have to
Not
pick now.
here.
No.
And not here.
No.
Fuck this.
Well,
let's wait till we.
you can choose that, but that's not the disgraceful one, or the disgraceful impositions. That's like, there's captain's orders, where it's a standard action. You can. A PC border ship can cast Fog, Cloud, Heroism, Make Whole, Quench, or Whispering Wind with a caster level equal to your character level. You can have someone walk the plank. You can basically cure
Yeah,
light
we talked about these
wounds.
before.
Yeah, you know, it's. I probably have to like come up with like a handout of all these or something. I'll try to do that.
Yes.
I'll probably have to like just cut them out from the book here and just.
And we just get them from raising up our infamy or disrepute.
Well, the thing is,
Yeah.
your infamy,
Oh, no.
your infamy and disrepute get raised both together. The
We
disrepute,
spend one of them.
you spend disrepute on getting these
Yeah.
abilities.
Gotcha.
And they have a
Okay.
cost. So your disrepute will go down. Now, whenever you raise infamy, you also raise disrepute. The thing is, both of them can cap out at a maximum. So you can get to the maximum infamy, and then your disrepute will just go up and down. You know, the maximum is based on your average party
Gotcha.
level. I believe it'd be 25 now for you because it's 5 times your party level. It's either 4 or 5 times party level. It's been a while.
I mean, we're sitting at 11.
Yeah.
So we're not really close to that.
Yes. So certainly, and you. I mean, like the thing is, like you can spend the 10-point ones, get up you dogs, where you heal everybody on the ship with cure light wounds, as cast by a 5th level cleric right now. For 10
I mean, it's not
disrepute.
good.
I mean,
What's 1d8 plus 2?
1d8 plus 5.
Is it plus 5?
Yes, is equal
Yeah.
to caster level. To like the entire ship.
I thought it was half.
No,
for-
but that'd be 1d8 plus 5 to the entire ship, though. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we could get everyone squeezed into space near Chandra for some healing wounds.
you
No.
cannot.
No, that's not possible.
We can get enough of the crew, alright?
Yes. Anyway. So, Quentin, what do you want to do?
Well, apparently our resident cult leader decided to take my job, so I'm just gonna go have some fun and make myself some money.
Hey, you don't know that's happening till day 6 or whatever,
In character,
right?
no, I don't have but mechanically, I can't make checks.
You can make perform
Yes,
checks
you can.
No, we get 1 check as a party
per day,
on those days.
but you get 5
Per
other
day.
days.
Yeah.
You basically could do the
Yeah,
first
they
5
really do
days,
it,
and then Revia could have been like, "I'll take over for these days. You can rest up for a couple of days." You were working hard too.
Well, so what even are options and things to do here?
Perform.
You want to perform?
You wanna do it-
Literally the only thing to do in this port.
I mean, like if
I've
you
been a little bit busy.
if you want to do infamy, just repute, putting it up, it's bluff, intimidate, or perform.
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah.
You can do shopping.
You can do shopping. You can just hang out. The thing is, like, you could do lots of different things. You could try to, like, if you want to go shopping for a specific item, we could do that. Like looking for a magic item that they might have. Participating in some kind of local event. Certainly, you can look into those.
Bold of you to assume we can afford magical items.
I'm just
Right.
saying it.
Not all of us are dirt poor.
I mean,
I mean, I have 500 gold.
you
which isn't
did
enough
buy a
time
magical
today.
scroll, which counts as a magical item.
You did
Ah,
buy
I
yeah,
can
magic
afford
it's
healing
fine.
potions. I can buy magical items.
Get fucked, LD.
Yeah.
Outwitted.
Where even are we? Because I assume the ship is
We're,
not intact.
oh.
during the code.
We're here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. I can move the ship token. No, someone
Already
did? Okay, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're in Genzai.
Yeah, you're in Genzai.
Genzai!
What kind of local things they got going on here?
As I said, there's probably like a martial art tournament that can happen during the week.
Oh, no, I
There's
lost my
a
sheet. Where did I go?
bathhouse. There's the
I'm
geishas. There's a couple of various bars.
said
There's a bunch of
locals.
restaurants. Yes, there's certainly like probably lots of little like shops and stuff. I honestly can't think of anything else off the top of my head, but I'm sure if you come up with it.
I'll spend 2 days doing infamy stuff, and I'm gonna spend a day seeing what tricks the geishas here have, since their profession is close enough to my own, if not the exact same thing, just under a different
It's
name.
gonna be a real awkward
it is
meeting in
not
that.
the same
There's gonna be a real awkward meeting in that geisha house.
There will be. Then please roll 2 checks
Assuming we go on the same day.
for infamy.
Well, Maria's going every day.
Oh well.
Well, yeah, so I'll need
Different sections.
two
alright.
checks for that.
Infamy 1, Infamy 2.
Nice.
Okay. So you will get 1, and you get another infamy disrepute. So you're up to 12. 12.
Cool, it's marked.
I will put that up.
Then I don't know. Geishas day 3,
Okay.
day 4, and 5. He's just gonna make himself some gold because he likes dancing
Indeed.
without worrying about stupid pirate shit.
Yeah. Then why don't you have me? Why don't we take a quick break here, because there's something I have to do in my house for a second, because I did get a message for that. Just someone. I think there's some food around that if I wanted to grab some, I can.
Oh hell
So
yeah.
then we'll worry about an awkward meeting with, and maybe learning from some geishas, because we'll see about that. That's an interesting thing to do. So if you need a snack, drink, or bathroom break, which I actually do need a bathroom break too, we'll go do that, and then we'll be back in a little bit here to roll this. So see you in a second, folks. Back, Blarg, Blug.
Yeah, I just need to know how many days I get of doing this.
You will have, honestly, you've got like 6 days if you want to spend. You spend a day buying some scrolls. Probably less than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I went into the shop and was like, I want to buy a scroll. It's like, I'm going to buy
I mean, I just,
one
like,
scroll.
1 day of sightseeing as my actual character.
Mm-hmm.
I could technically still do more things.
Mm-hmm.
You
Well,
can just roll 6 alchemy checks if you want.
Quentin, you're going to the geisha house. They'll greet you and be like, what is it that you, what kind of services do you require?
What kind of services do you offer?
They'll go over the various services they offer.
He'll pick, I don't know, something higher to.
Okay.
And he's gonna be half like relaxing and half observing.
Cool. How much do you want to spend?
How much do their services cost?
Depends on how much you want to spend. I'm gonna be honest. They probably like have a lot of little things they charge for, kind of things. Do you want to go more like just enjoying like nice food, drink, and music? Do you want to go
Put it this way,
more
he's been-
personal time? Massage
He's been
time.
Stuck on a boat with a whole bunch of pirates, and before that, he got kidnapped and enslaved. He's splurging and treating himself.
Okay. Honestly speaking, if you want to really go all out, you could spend upwards towards probably 50 gold. I would tell you. It's probably really fine food, really fine drinks, a really nice show, like a massage, probably some personal time with probably one of the prettiest people there.
No,
What?
you're getting confused. That's not what they do.
I know it's not.
Geisha that isn't what they do.
I know, but I'm saying
it is just depends on what you're defining as personal time. They were in fact companions and offered just somebody to talk to and spend
Yes.
time with,
yes.
Yes.
which is also companionship or whatever
Mhm.
the word was.
I was
However,
giving
for
personal.
anybody who does think it's the other, no, you're wrong.
Yeah,
That is incorrect.
Yes.
that happened
That's my job.
later.
I
Well, not
understand
my
what you're
job,
saying. Yeah.
Quentin's job.
Yeah, okay. There's people often get that confused. It's like, no, that came later because of like corruption and crime and stuff.
He'll drop the 50. Why not?
I mean, honestly speaking, you probably could find that here, but it's probably not as easy to, because I'm gonna say there probably is a little bit of corruption and crime up below the surface. It is technically still a pirate town.
That side of things takes effort. I don't
Yes.
want to spend effort.
It's probably not. It's probably not as like open as certainly other towns are. Like the town where all the prostitutes run a church.
Hey,
The place I went
they're
to,
respectable, okay? They have a
that was a nice
profession.
place.
They have two professions. Thank you very much.
They have an organized clergy. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he'll drop the 50. He'll treat himself. I mean, part of his expenditures have been a whole bunch of leather armor for a bunch of sweaty, stinky pirates, and after that was getting a slightly better booty. So
Yeah. Hey.
treat yourself.
Mm-hmm. That'd be a really enjoyable time. Probably like, as much as Krupp isn't a bad cook on most days, especially because he's probably less drunk nowadays, He's on a much nicer ship. People like him better, He still has a problem, but it's less depression problem and more just he has an addiction problem.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. So
The
probably
dwarf he befriended is not helping that.
no, the dwarf is not helping his drinking problem. So the food probably has gone up. It was still not superb on a pirate ship, honestly speaking. So probably this is like
the chef.
You take a chef seat.
this is like luxury food. Like it's like very high class. It's probably like some kind of like local alcohol distilled in the town. It's really fine, wonderful. The performance is some like dancing and some music, and then a woman who spends the time with you as a companion, who is incredibly beautiful, probably one of their most beautiful women there, and who probably doesn't speak a whole lot of Taldane, a lot of common, but speaks enough to get by, in conversations.
Well, if she speaks polyglot or Kellish.
Might have a little bit of polyglot too, because that is another
Does
language.
she
that
speak
happens
Draconic?
around. No,
Is she
probably
a
just
dragon in the dress.
That's
Oh,
tomorrow.
that's something else entirely. That's not right now.
That costs extra.
Mhm.
But we speak enough to have a conversation.
Yeah, it's a very good time, honestly. It's
Nice.
it's a lot different than like it's unfortunately you feel like probably certainly your training hasn't been put to good use on the ship. Your training certainly can equal companionship, but it doesn't necessarily need to be the kind of companionship you've kind of been put to a lot of times. It's just unfortunate that kind of has been the result of it. And it's interesting to see, like, maybe there's some other things you could do to increase morale in various other ways,
Okay.
Fire.
Pardon?
Yeah, burn some people
Burn it?
alive.
Why do we have so many
Fire?
pyromancers?
I will not be doing this.
Maybe you could learn massaging. You can
I know massaging.
get better at it.
Fair enough.
So,
They are a decently higher
Yeah, just take a level in masseuse.
quality.
roll me a d20, please.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Bam.
Okay.
14.
So, as you're leaving, you happen to have a quick view of through a door like opening to another room of a familiar person who also seems to be here.
Oh. He'll wave and walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
And,
so
like,
there's
he'll wave
0
and smile.
attention. You get nothing back.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Profession fired.
Sorry.
All right. That's not a profession.
It's not a real job.
It is now.
just being on fire. That's. It turns out that that's not setting things on fire. That's just being on fire as a job. You're like, this is fine.
It is fine. In fact, I have 5 fire resistance.
Oh gosh. If you ever have to fight in a burning government building, you're gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Especially if like fires like flaming skulls are trying to set the house on fire or something.
Why would
I
that
mean,
ever happen?
or a crazy halfling decides to burn down a town hall filled with people by setting fire to a small portion of it, when apparently there's a lot of people in a large city in this town hall. It wasn't a great plan.
That's good.
Or if some crazy lady stuffs some incendiary devices inside the mouth of a crocodile.
I mean, that happens.
I don't remember that one.
Tantus does.
I do. It was the magic crocodile. Created through
Was a
blood.
magic crocodile.
Created through blood magic.
Hey, you're gonna create a crocodile.
And a certain
magic,
very
hang on.
beefy woman shoved a bunch of incendiary grenades inside of its mouth.
Yeah.
Stepping on my territory.
And then Brian said explosion
Yeah,
because she wasn't
operate
getting
that.
away from that. Mm-hmm. That was the first or second grenade explosion Dawn
That
survived?
was the first. That was her first grenade explosion she survived.
There was a couple of them. Anyway. Alright, brain work. Quentin, are you doing anything else over your
Yeah.
next couple of
What?
days?
Last 2 days are going to be just doing something I like, which is dancing
Okay.
and making some money off of it.
Roll me a
And
couple.
One of the nights he'll also just go hang out with the crew because he has
Okay, cool.
spent time with them.
Roll me a
Not
couple
making it.
profession checks then, and I will check. Or perform check,
Boom,
I mean.
boom.
Yeah. I said the wrong thing for the right idea.
At this point, he's doing it mostly just for himself because it's something he enjoys.
Mhm.
But why not make some money off it while you're at it?
Understandable.
So we'll find like a
Click on this
size tavern or
perform.
bar or place.
I'll need that right now. Let's see here. What did you get on your checks? You got a 24 and a 29. Okay, pretty good performances you put on. 80, 1d6. I have to go over to the dice roller because this is broken still. Yay. You'll earn
Broken.
one day 16 silver, and the other day 4 gold.
Nice.
Certainly you'll probably be able to find a place that's like a local establishment that takes has some performances and stuff. And certainly you'll be able to put on a show and enjoy it. Okay, are we all good for anything that we're doing here in Genzai? Final calls. I think we were saying over the break, Nat could possibly do anything. Something else, Misty probably has some extra time. Either of you.
Craft alchemy, I guess, if there's jobs for that.
There is work that can be done for it. I think it works exactly the same way as the perform or profession checks you can craft to earn a living. I have to open this up.
I would assume so, because I think you can substitute craft for profession.
Yeah, practice a trade.
Of the DC changes.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think it's basically just int versus wisdom.
Earn half your check result in gold pieces per week of dedicated work. So we can just figure that out mathematically. So make a check, and we'll say you're working for 7 days. Actually, you're working for a week. Honestly. All
There you
right. So you earn 13 gold.
All right.
Yeah. Probably at that local shop, you like ask around, and they're like, yeah, we can get some help with our alchemical stuff, and you just
It's probably when I'm going to buy the creation for black powder stuff. It's like, I can make this, and I will work.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I imagine they have at least a little bit of material. If Misty didn't buy all of it...
I did not see it in chat because none of you said it to me directly, and I couldn't see all the words in chat that you kept popping up. So
we were chatting a lot.
I was gonna buy basically like two gold worth, which I think would be, or not.
2 gold would be 20.
Yes, I want to get basically
yes.
20.
They will have black powder here to a degree. They probably have like a fireworks person or something that uses it more for that. But they probably have some firearms for they might have like a special squad of soldiers trained in firearms or something here.
Yeah, this is the crafting.
Yeah, I want to get the components so it's cheaper.
No, but I'm saying because they have that, you can certainly find the components to craft it yourself.
You said what, 13 gold?
Yes, you earned 13.
And then just upgrade my money and then downgrade it because I'll probably buy some black powder as well.
Okay. Alright, and that's all of your weeks. The week goes by, the ship is fixed up. All of you will have spent an interesting time here in Genzai. And not a bad time. Probably by the end of it, Yaalkol has made friends with the local tavern group. You probably started going to this place deeper in town that serves some kind of noodle bowl dish that is also kind of serves probably some kind of alcohol. And they don't speak very good common, and they're they probably call you I
don't talk a lot, so
yeah.
I like that.
Dragon Man. Something like that. Whenever you come in, get you the local dish. It's basically like a ramen or something. So
trying to use little chopsticks with the bowl, very unsuccessfully eating his noodles.
Yeah,
I mean, it's giant dragon hands and talons.
You probably just could put your face into it. Yeah, honestly, you've got a snout.
And just pull the noodles out and shove them in my mouth with my maw. I have fire resistance, so I just drink the boiling hot soup.
Yeah.
The soup as soon as it comes out.
Just the image of this massive, because you're a big motherfucker too.
Oh yeah, I'm
with just this tiny little ball.
They probably have some kind of beer or ale they serve with it, of course. Very, 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 very good and hearty drink to go with it. Because this is honestly speaking, knowing Yaalkol, he would probably find the place that feels like it's the most down to earth, and that's the kind of place he would hang out at.
That would absolutely be where Yaalkol.
There was something I did want to do in town.
Oh, okay.
I did find. This is an important question. As someone who is of Varisian descent, would I have ever seen a star knife, and could I describe it to a blacksmith to make?
Probably, and maybe I'd have to make a check for them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll this D20.
Busy, that'd be a hell of a rush order.
Well, I mean, you could assume you did it earlier.
Well, yeah, but even then, 5 days, depending on the Guild of the Blacks. I have no idea what a star knife is. I can assume from the image it's probably some sort of chakra.
I'm gonna say spikes. For the blacksmith here, not gonna be able to make it.
Okay.
Just because they probably there's probably plenty of items that they don't know as well to make because it's very Eastern inspired equipment here anyway. Not that they haven't learned a lot over their generations of last 100 years of living here, of stuff from the shackles in general, but probably a star knife, unfortunately, they'll, they could try to work with you and make some test stuff, but they won't be able to get anything done in time for you heading out then.
That is fair. Also, Varisians aren't common outside of the two places they exist.
They're very northern, the main continent,
I don't know, with every character Momo makes, the amount of Varisians goes up.
I've only played one outside of Eastblood.
They do show up in other places, though.
Yeah. I think.
Okay.
Wait, you're Parisian back in Carrion.
Yeah. My Arcanist. And technically my Tiefling.
So, Nat, you'll of course spend your days working at the place that was selling like materials for gunpowder and stuff. It's like an alchemy shop. They probably have like a pharmacist or something they might call it. Honestly. So it's a lot of like antitoxins and anti-plagues and things like that they work on more.
Make explosives.
I mean, you also know how to make the medical alchemy because, you have some training.
I am trained in alchemy.
Yeah, so, like, you can make these things. You're much better at the explosives, but,
That's where my passion lies.
Probably, the person that does, like, the fireworks in town probably just knows how to make, like, fireworks and stuff, and just specifically the gunpowder there. They have that kind of training.
Which is still admirable. Fireworks are very complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We kind of figured out Misty's, spending some time with the boys, getting a couple things done. Revia, you had your time chatting out with the locals, especially probably in the Sailors Tavern, where the fishermen and a couple of merchants sometimes come to. And Quentin, you'll enjoy your time dancing. And the week will be up, the ship will be repaired, and it'll be time to head out. So, next stop.
I just thought of something. Completely random.
Mm.
Who's in charge while all our officers are just chilling on shore?
Imagine a lot of the crew aren't on the boat, too.
That's fair.
And you do have other roles, like...
We have other a crew probably is on. Is
Albert.
probably.
Yeah,
No.
Albert.
Because remember, Cog's your boatswain, and Rosie's your master at arms, and both
Cog
of
would
those.
probably be the one in charge.
Yeah.
Sandra's also there. I mean, there's a lot of people that's
I would
not
say, like-
us that we can rotate who's off the ship, right?
Yeah.
We can always. So everyone can get off the ship at certain times.
It would be the boatswain. Would be the one who's in charge if you're not
But
there.
yeah,
Cog's a
boatswain.
good one to have in charge.
Yeah, he's sort of a third mate, the boatswain.
Yeah,
but
his Quentin is second mate, boatswain is third mate. That's how navies work.
I think you can separate it out, but usually it requires a very large ship with a huge crew, and that means a lot more organization. But like on the size of your ship, you'd certainly have them combined at that point in time. So, I mean, like, Ambrose will probably come to shore here and there to, get some supplies. Probably just, assume that he fills up some... he might grab some things for, like, experimenting with some food. Conkerbar probably spent some time at the geishas, honestly. And maybe, was looking into some local clothing or something. I'm going to say... Cog's not the man to kind of leave the ship, honestly. He probably stayed on board. He's much more of a sailor at heart. Rosie probably went drinking. And Sandra might have wanted to check out the local temples and stuff to check him out.
Nice.
The Band of Razors had their own things to do, and the other named PCs like Tilly, Jack, Narwhal, and Sly all did a couple of things in town, but like I think they're a little less noticeable as you kind of go down the list, but certainly. And Owlbear, he probably doesn't leave the ship, honestly. Like big cities, lots of noises, lots of flashy things, even if it's like just ancient culture. I'm sorry, like he likes his simplicity, and he's happy where he's at.
He's not being kept in a cage anymore.
Uh-oh, something sad again.
Uh-oh, indeed.
It's twice now. Probably because
That's what happens when you put Owlbear in a cage.
Yeah.
That's the noise he makes, yeah.
I believe it.
No one puts Albert in the cage.
Not anymore.
Oh my.
He might spend some time at the docks, doing his
Fishing.
like one skill, crabbing.
Yes! Oh, that's right, he has crabs.
He is covered
All
in
over-
crabs.
Yes, he's crab man.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like, you'll see him like catch one, and then he'll probably just eat it right there. He just like bites
Oh,
into it.
awful.
He's not the smartest man.
Well,
That man has teeth of
Poor
steel.
He's not smart to begin with.
I will make him smart. I will fix him.
He just eating raw crabs, like
If you
just
give him
snacking
to,
on
like,
one.
8 intelligence, he can be functional.
You're gonna expose him to existential dread.
No,
He's
I'm
happy.
also gonna like
simple.
augment his body so that he becomes a human golem.
We're gonna turn him into a flesh golem.
Okay, I feel like we've crossed the ethical line at this point.
Well, good thing
Then Owlbear
we
can
aren't good.
smash.
I
Owlbear
think that's stretching
smash.
into evil territory.
We're just gonna
I
make him
think, I
Robocop.
think we are. I think we are.
I mean, I'm okay with this.
I'm
but,
fine
you
with
know,
it, yeah.
I'm not good.
Brought a crazy wizard on board.
Sorry,
I'm
you're
chaotic
neutral.
good.
You just
Alright.
don't know how crazy they are yet.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we've had literally no sign of it, because all she does is like never speak and look at her book. Someday we're gonna wake up and half the ship's gonna be gone, just gone.
I could give Nat.
Oh, you got what? What are you gonna give her
I
now?
have books.
Oh, okay. I just heard I have something I can give Nat, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, her peg leg.
All right.
No, I don't want that.
Tommy.
I can make a better leg.
It's
later.
how Misty knows how to flirt. Want to check with my peg leg?
So, going back over here, what direction do you want to take to Tidewater Rock from
Captain,
Genzai?
where are we going?
Let's take the shortest route.
I think we want to raid coast, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the shortest route through the
Just yeah, we'll
right
just
through the islands.
Oh my best, right?
I will advise our good captain against the shortest route.
we
Wait,
can
so that-
upgrade.
Something along
Make it an
this time.
Look at the
Right.
land boat.
Mm.
That would probably work.
Yeah, that'll.
Isn't this the trade area though? Isn't this the trade
This,
ship
this
area?
is also a trade area.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
This would be
they all would be. Ships are going everywhere.
Yeah.
This would be the safer trade area because you're not dealing with open ocean right out here.
This
Okay.
is probably a
Both
big
sides.
trade loop.
Yeah, probably.
And this section we were talking about, there's a lot of trade.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because that's how, if you're going from Port Peril down, or up to Port Peril, you go through this strip.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
straightest line there
And
that way.
similarly, going this way.
Yeah, going
Yeah.
out to the outer areas of the Shackles. That's a pretty major route there. Granted, they could head through the Fever Sea, but then you're much more open ocean. And honestly speaking, depending on where
That's
you're coming
dangerous.
from, they might go open ocean, depending on how far away they're traveling through. But again, like major shipments to some of those outer colonies and stuff probably don't happen very often. You know, you got maybe get like one boat a year that would come from down the like Blood Cove or something, down that way up towards Genzai and other places out that way. Honestly, I mean, Genzai probably gets a couple of shipments in of stuff from Tien occasionally, but they're usually coming from the other direction across the open ocean. Because, you know, they're technically to the east of you, but eventually that becomes to the west of you. Like, according
And
to
it
a
would be
map.
a lot easier just to cross the open ocean rather than try to sail around.
Yeah.
It's quite large.
Can't remember what the continent.
I think that's probably how they got here in the first place. It's not an easy
Yes,
travel.
that is lore-wise, they went over the open ocean.
Yeah, it's not easy travel, but it is possible. So probably a couple of times a year they get something in from, or maybe even like once a year from Tien. But because I do not know how quick it is. Because again, like, you know, sailing times, how big the ocean is, magical
Boats are
powers.
pretty fast.
Galarian's never been really well described.
It's near Earth size, I think is
Yeah.
said to be.
It's near.
Yeah.
Oh, then it's a long fucking way.
Yeah.
It's several months trip.
So that's why it might only be like
Well-
once a year, maybe twice a year.
We have magic ships too, alright? Magic powered ships.
Magic
Shit
does
like that.
exist to do stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and help things.
Well, there aren't a lot of enhancements for speed. There's enhancements for like durability and shit.
There might be enhancements for like having the wind with
I
you always
cast
or something.
Gust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if we're gonna get on the subject of maps, people who made this game aren't cartographers. not going to be perfect.
There are probably
Sure.
issues with it. Yeah, even in the large Galarian maps have issues. It's sort of like the full maps of the world, which they do have out there. So okay,
We sail.
so we sail, and you were going through by Dragon's Jaw and the Karst swamplands. You were thinking?
So nothing happens for a couple of days.
Yes, you'll pass by the Lurching
Because I need
Mountains.
to know that because I have not maximum hit points and things.
I can heal you with spells.
No, don't worry about it. You think I'm going to tell you about what I do?
All right, sure. All right, if you die, you know why, right?
You could also just come up to
So yeah, you get some discreet healing from Rio. He literally will probably never tell
you
me.
could probably come up to Revia and be like, I accidentally cut my hand again. I keep
Yeah. Every like 3 days, my hand gets cut.
It's like, look, I'm accident prone. Crafting alchemical stuff is pretty dangerous.
Honestly, most you get, it's like, are you okay? One day, because it happens like consistently enough, I mean, characters get 18 wisdom, right? Pretty
many
wise.
bullets do you have
So
missing?
as you
I
are
have currently have 20.
back around
You'll get another 10
this
bullets
area
from me
here,
if I can get healed by a fluff.
Yeah, I'll probably. He's the doctor
Alright.
after all. It's literally his job.
I'm also going to convert some of my bullets to.
As we get to the dragon jump.
past the Dragon Jaws and in towards the Karsule swamplands. You'll actually have a sighting of a ship. One of the people up in the crow's nest will be like, point off to like probably the northeast of you. They're like, ship ahoy!
Ahoy! Let's fuck them up, boys.
Yeah, more like loot ahoy.
True. Loot ahoy.
Very original, Captain.
Yaalkol's very full.
Okay.
Very happy with himself.
He's a good boy.
Okay, alright, you will begin to approach said ship. As you're getting closer, you'll get a call down from the crow's nest again. Something seems weird, Captain! Ship looks like it's abandoned, sinking.
I look at the other two and say, check it out anyways. Half asking.
Yeah. Can I do like a knowledge check to see to maybe have some insight onto the situation?
You would have to make a
Like
perception
fucking-
check first to
I was
actually
gonna
like
say.
get a hold of it and like your
Yeah,
vision.
Take
alright.
a look at it.
I'll take a look first. I
Okay.
think. I'm
Oh.
heading up.
Yeah. I'm
Or
gonna
are you
close
already up there?
this.
Aren't you?
Uh,
Are
Not
you
already
in-
up, but head on the way up.
Yeah.
Call.
We'll all take turns looking through the spyglass.
Hell yeah.
All right.
I refuse.
Taking a peep. Oh.
Oh.
No, it was bound to happen eventually.
No, you're other side. 180. Over here.
I know.
Do I have to come up there?
You got the spyglass reversed, idiot.
Oh, fuck. We rolled a 1 and a 2.
Do I need to come up there and look through this thing? Two idiots can't look through it.
I looked at the
Do we tell
the-
anybody how badly we failed it?
I looked at the dude that was in the crow's nest. Describe what you see.
He was gonna take a look. I'm just gonna roll this d20 to see how well he rolls.
He gets a 13.
3. Oh!
Do I need to come up there?
The people with eyes need to.
it looks-
come
None
there.
of us.
It looks-
So far, none of us are admitting anything.
Do you?
I mean, it
girls
looks
know?
like it's listed to the one side, but that's all I can see, and running low in the water.
I just start.
We'll
Wait.
lead over to Revia. I don't even see the ship. Do you?
I think I saw the mast. But it may have been a tree.
Let's say we just head over and take a look and not tell anybody that we. Yeah, it's fine.
No.
He's just stinking.
No,
That's normal.
No. I start going down the ladder.
Okay.
I couldn't get a good look on it. Someone else want to take a look?
Alright, I'll climb up there, I guess. Someone with eyes.
I don't have pride
Do you
like
have
you.
eyes though?
I
Please.
have
Please
10
give us another
eyes.
one of these.
Get a 3. 1, 2, 3.
Both Revia, myself, and you all have a +10.
Exception
One of
button.
us has to get
Hey, I
this.
rolled better than you fucks.
I mean, it's not that hard. We rolled a 1 and a 2, and you rolled a 5. This is
You rolled the same thing that Sailor did.
Do I need to come up there and help?
Oh, is a 15 with a spyglass enough to see the ship?
Yes. Yes, you certainly can see the ship. And you can tell, certainly, yes. The ship is riding low in the water. It's heeling several degrees to port, so it's kind of like on an angle, which is very unusual. It's obvious the
It's
ship
not
is
supposed to be on an angle. That's not okay.
it's taking on water, obviously, but it's a very slow sinking.
Can I get any sense of why?
You can actually see that the ship's sails are flapping loosely in the yards, and actually has a fishing net dragging the water over the starboard side.
I will...
Not at this distance you'd be able to tell why, though.
Okay,
There's no obvious
no.
breaches on the surface level. If there's a breach under the water, but certainly you don't see anybody. That was the other thing too.
People, that's weird.
Yeah.
This feels like a bad omen.
We'll
Do
check
you want to
out
just avoid it?
This
related
can't be another
idiot
bloody ghost
with
ship.
no eyes.
There's no way it's another ghost ship, right?
It's probably another ghost ship.
I would doubt it. There was
And-
fog last time.
You know, last time we sailed upon some burning ships. This one's just sinking a bit.
No, the
And there's no
burning ship.
people.
The burning ship was because Chilex were burning a ship, if you recall, and then we destroyed it.
Yes. Yeah. Well,
It wasn't just
maybe-
a random burning ship in the middle of the ocean.
Do I know
Is
anything
there-
about this area?
If you two are too scared to check it out, that's fine.
Excuse you. I'm the one
I'm already driving the ship
encouraging us
towards it.
to go.
All I said it might be a bad omen.
Do you want to know if you know
Terrence,
anything
do I know
about?
anything about this area?
Let me find out if you know anything about this area. Moral knowledge local check.
Knowledge, love.
What did you get? I can't see at the moment.
20.
20? Let's see here. I mean, this area is pretty savage in general. The Karsuli swamplands on Motaku Island are the closest thing. There isn't really major settlements in that area. There's a number of gremlins that Fuath gremlins, which occupy the north side of the marshland, and many Vodyanio tribes live along the rivers that wind their way to the south.
But I don't recall any tales of some random of ships commonly going down here that would make this area dangerous.
I mean,
right?
with your check, you've certainly heard rumors that there's pirate captains that have. There's a lake towards the center of it known as the Glittering Lake of the Swamplands that legends say pirate captains have submerged treasure into. But it's also Luke
treasure.
Wafta, which I have to figure out what a Luke Wafta is.
Pardon?
That's the German
The
Air
Germans are here?
Luke
Guys, the
Wada.
Nazis are
Sorry,
here!
Luke Wada. Not pleasant. Let me put it that way. A pretty horrible
Just like the
creature.
Nazis.
Horrible eldritch creatures of the waters that patrol that lake, as to protect it.
For a second, I was just really hoping there were like airborne flying creatures that preyed upon ships or something.
Nope.
Oh, that's
Water-based
somewhere.
monstrosity. Yep. They also hate crocodiles and murder the shit out of them. Apparently. Most crocodiles would not stand a chance against one of them.
I
I'll
remember
let-
a crocodile.
So, I mean, like,
Bring up the stuff I remembered.
and then, like, there's little, Apara, which is I guess the closest settlement. It's the only settlement on Talda Island, actually. It's a small pirate town. And it's made to mirror the opulence of Taldor. It's said that the local taverns there serve some fine delicacies from across Galarian. And so they also have operas at a theater there.
Pirate?
Pirate town. Little opera. Opera.
Pirates can play opera.
Yeah. Oh, it's a former pirate haven that a man took control of the island and made it into this fitting. So it was originally
that makes more sense.
It's sort of like it's a pirate town that was remade when someone conquered it to basically look at like basically a mimic of Taldor. When it basically was a Taldor naval officer that basically was put in charge of limiting some piracy in the area, and he just conquered a place and settled down. Honestly, he probably isn't very pirate friendly overall, but again, like, you could just be a merchant vessel.
Good thing we're some humble traders selling our wares across the shackles.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if I remember right, include a whole bunch of IKEA furniture.
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Callback.
IKEA furniture, baby.
Though originally he was a pirate hunter, his granddaughters now rule as basically pirate lords, because Shackle's all about pirate lords of the entire area. So technically speaking, they're considered having like their own kind of little, probably again privateers of the isle. It's the same. You have to
turns table.
I know, it's like your granddaughters basically take up piracy. Probably, when he settled and took over a place there, he had to move into some piracy or something, honestly.
Okay, now, but does he still encourage his granddaughters to be like, I believe in you, do the best you can, even if you are pirates,
He's dead.
As a granddad. Oh,
He's very dead.
Well,
He passed away. Probably relatively recently, but he probably had retired. Probably his what I don't know, son or daughter had taken over. One of them had because they don't say. Probably one of them had taken over. He probably retired. Probably passed away, and now his granddaughter's taken over. And probably there was some transitions amongst that time period, honestly. So,
I'll bring up the stuff and be like, well, if we don't find anything on this ship, there might be some treasure over here.
okay.
Rumors, hearsay.
Well, as you get close to the ship, you can see that it is indeed a fishing trawler, actually. It looks similar to the fishing ships you saw before, so it's a smaller boat. But it definitely seems like it's sinking at a very slow pace. Probably take like a few more hours to sink. Whatever hole is in there isn't big enough to like have like a rapid thing. You have some time. If you're getting close to it, you can make a perception check on it. To see what you see.
My God.
Much better. This would probably not be a spyglass thing, because it's just like when you're getting close and checking it out.
Just like anyone can make one of these?
Yes, because this is when you're like getting ready to maybe be boarded or something.
It needs to be something higher than a 5. So I got another 5.
Nice. Distracted today.
I'm assuming this is about the benefits of a spyglass.
This is without the
Yeah,
benefits of
it's
spyglass,
spyglass.
yeah. Okay.
Oh my.
Natileis, your only hope.
This is impossible.
Nat, pull your nose out of the book.
I kind of don't want to roll now.
Only hope. I mean, you don't
It
have
can only
to.
go better.
If you don't want to. You don't have to.
You rolled it. You rolled
Well,
it.
I'll tell you what Quentin sees, and I will tell you what then Nat sees, and it's up to Nat what Matt wants to do with what Nat
What
sees.
does Nat want to say?
So, Quentin,
It says nothing.
both you and Nat will
I
notice
feel like
that
I should
as you're getting close, you'll notice the shape. There are no signs of damage or battle. There's a breach in the hull that you can actually see. That seems to be below the waterline on the port side, and that's why it's kind of and the waves are slowly swamping the ship, basically. Quentin, you will also notice that there seems to be the shape of a dinghy under the water that seems to be sinking slowly.
Dinghy?
Yes.
Like a rowboat?
Yeah. Like they maybe had a dinghy or something that's been detached probably a little ways before you got here, and it's been slowly kind of sinking down also. Nat, now this is what you're going to notice. There are signs here, very subtle signs, but you can tell there was a battle here, and someone tried to clean up signs of that.
How
Can I
quick is the...
get
Oops,
some
sorry.
type of... I mean, I guess it'd be probably like nature or something, which means I can't really roll that. Like, like signs of what the battle could have been. Creatures or people or something.
Roll
I can do
me
local if
local.
it's-
Roll me local.
Yeah, I can do local.
Oh,
31.
my God.
The kind of signs that you see and the area you're in, granted, you are... This area is not traditionally known for, like, you don't see any signs of anything outside the ship. No other ships nearby. Honestly speaking, if something like this, because, like, this ship is sinking now, and there's signs of battle has been cleaned up here, it's got to be something aquatic that attacked this. The possibilities are there can be Grindilo. They're rarer in this area, but possible. Also another rarer one, Sahagwine. Possible. Not common in this area, but possible. Sahagwagan.
The wagon.
Just shoot. Nat, shoot me. Fucking shoot me.
No, you're here to suffer.
No, you're not allowed to play.
I will-
Better-
I will-
Only if I can net.
I will
20.
never say their name correctly.
I too am concerned about the
Sahuagin.
Sahuagin.
No, no.
Sahuagin, that's the real... That's the canon
Sahuagin.
pronunciation now.
Swawagin.
Somewhere along the way,
Sahagwagan?
I just...
Sahuagin.
There's a possibility of,
You're a
like...
Canadian man.
There are some other aquatic, because, like, again, like, this has to be an intelligence aquatic species,
Yeah.
especially
it's like
one,
been cleaned up.
especially one that can clean up something like this. More likely is humanoid. There are a couple others, like, honestly speaking, it's not unheard of for mermaids or tritons to be in this area, but they're not really aggressive species, and something like this, especially to a fishing trawler, you're more than likely it would be the Sanguine or God. Now when I'm trying to say their name right, my brain doesn't let me.
The Sahagans?
The Sohagans.
Yeah.
More than likely it's either them or the possibility of Grendilo. Those are the two major groups that.
Brendilo.
Yeah. Again, Grendilo.
That's fine.
You're a
we can
little.
just rend them down low.
Grendilo like it a little closer to coastlines, though, so it's not unusual because this is a shallower sea. You know, this is not like super deep areas here. In between these two things here, maybe like 100 feet at most, probably in this kind of area in here. Maybe with some like lower like areas that could go, but like average like maybe like 100 feet for the deep parts. And probably this is a little like closer to the shoreline of the swampland. Grendilo are possible, but like with your check, you're guessing the highest chance probability is probably Sahagwin. Sahagwin. Am I getting it right? God, my brain is just broken anymore.
I just call it the Sahagin is how I've always pronounced it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A wagon.
I started
Sahagin
making
is-
fun of them
Sahagin is
and
the
making
actual,
really.
like, name.
I started making
I like
fun of them and
Sahagin
pronouncing it
because it's
really,
funnier.
really badly, and like so my brain doesn't do it correctly anymore.
Anyway, I'm gonna go up to our first mate, air quotes captain,
Oh, yes.
and I'm gonna be like, my brain just shut off. I'm like, I have all this in my head, and then like,
It's perfectly fine, Captain.
oh yeah.
I see.
It's someone attacked the ship, and they deliberately tried to make it look like it was not attacked. Most
Who?
likely, Haagen-Dazs. There you go.
That is.
Germans and their delicious ice cream. No, the bastards.
Oh my god.
happens when you have a bunch of tired people?
That was impressive.
Thank you for the information, Matt. That's not great.
I would suggest we have some of our more skilled crew on guard in case they are laying in wait.
Goodness. And we fought them before and beat them handily. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but we don't want them to sneak under the boat and drill holes into it.
Maybe we just let them pass. Yeah. There is, after all, the treasure of Glittering Lake. We can go check that out. The supposed treasure. And here's a, whole bunch of pirate lords stashing the treasure there. Rather exciting.
Captain.
I think we chase one legend at a time. Tidewater Rock.
Captain, do you wish to see if there's any plunder on the ship, or just ignore it?
I would say plunder.
We can try and keep it brief.
Okay.
It's fastest boarding team on there. Quick.
Okay.
Looks at Quentin.
Why are you looking at me?
Who's all boarding the ship?
Apparently I am.
Well, it's sinking, right? So we're not really boarding it. So much
Yeah.
we're salvaging.
Yeah, we're assuming it's not like sinking super quick if we have enough time to send some people on to see if there's anything worth taking.
Yes.
Well, we
It's-
said totally it'll be a couple hours before it's...
It's the positioning of the damage means that it's not really swinging very fast, and the waves, like when waves kind of like crash into it, water kind of then more comes in and like kind of makes it list a little bit more. So it's sinking with the waves at a slower pace. Let me just make sure I've got this one. It is. Shoot.
Time for our second break.
Well, I can do something here. Just making sure I got the right one. Ah, there it is.
I feel like we're being sent to a battle map.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that, we got sent to a battle map.
What a boat.
Oh,
That's
that's
a-
crazy.
What a beautiful
It's-
boat.
It was so hard to get this onto a map.
Such a
Oh
beautiful
my God.
boat. What a great...
What the fuck? What is this? What
That's
the
a
fuck
battle
is it?
map right there.
Why did they make this?
Why did they do it diagonal to me? They make me suffer. They made me suffer because they did 10-foot squares, and they made the entire thing a diagonal.
It looks like it's hand drawn.
It probably is.
I could probably draw better than this. I'm terrible.
Bro, why? Bro, I think your boat's a little melting.
Yeah, your boat's gone dolly.
I'm
Look,
guessing.
Oh no, fishing boat! You drank the bone melting juice.
It's the oh god.
Wait, the boat has a skeleton? Hang on.
No, don't shake the ship.
It's
I'm in a boat.
it's like that because it's under the water partially. There you go.
Take that.
It's water distortion.
It has no bones because it's jello.
I don't.
Yeah, it jellified the bones.
I don't know if me turning it on its side to get the squares on it to match up with the grid made it worse or better.
No, it
Both?
was like this.
It was always bad.
There's no hope.
I love boneless chips.
Yeah, I always order my chips boneless.
We could take our second break here though, and then go on to the end. But yes, well, snack, drink, bathroom break. We'll take it.
They're so much more expensive than bone-in chips. Just do it yourself. Oh my god.
Blup, we've returned. Okay, you're exploring the ship. Honestly,
I have one important question. Who's
Sure.
going in front?
Not me.
Can you folks just give me some perception checks? You roll those wonderfully.
I already rolled perception.
No, there's a new
Can I
one.
just keep my old perception?
No.
Oh God. Hey, there you
Okay.
Only double rolled and they both
29.
failed.
All right.
go. I'll give you another perception.
Okay. Good news is, let me actually just roll something here. Let's roll a d20. Okay. So, 3 of you.
I also expected them to be waiting.
Yes, that's why you got checks. And 3 of you, or 2 of you, will not be. 3 of you will not be surprised. Quentin, you're probably distracted by something, and Yaalkol, yes.
There's a floof on deck.
But let me just set up this little thing here. You folks are probably like entering in the hold from this side. Like this is down in the hold though, but we'll just use the deck.
Cool is.
Oh my god, look how big this
Before-
wheel is.
Before entering the boat, I would have cast something upon Yaalkol's weapon.
Sure.
Yaalkol, your weapon is now a weapon of awe. It gets +2 sacred bonus on damage rolls.
Oh,
you.
Yaalkol was gonna get big and just. Oh no.
It does that. If you crit, the target is also shaken for 1 round with no saving throw.
Wow.
That seems like a good team composition. So that's where you're at, and I'll just throw up this initiative
Just
tracker.
unload everything onto Yaalkol. That's what
Yeah.
the team is.
So 3 of you are not surprised, therefore can act during this round. And let me just roll some.
Oh shit!
Let me create a third
That's
one.
his initiative.
Throw one out in the water for the initiative token. Boop boop. That's the initiative.
Everyone should have blessed because that's what I do
Bless.
before
I
the border strip.
forgot to put the bless buff on my sheet again.
I can put
Plus
10
one,
chap.
please.
Bless up.
One day I'll remember to put that on my sheet.
Just the 4
That-
of them. We'll
that's
put
what
them
it
all
is.
together.
Yeah. And don't forget about the +1 to fear.
This just goes in the buffs, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you make a new buff.
Hey, you made a smart choice because these things planned were to be if you had ignored the ship, they would have swum after your ship, gone on board like the other one. But these are smarter than the last ones. They wanted to head for the officers' quarters and attempt to assassinate anybody sleeping. These guys are dicks, but you're fighting them in here. Anyway, Misty, you are not surprised. You can act. It's technically still a surprise round, so you get a standard action.
Okay, I get a standard action, so I'm gonna do something fun. Yeah, I gotta look at range real fast. Spell range.
Mm-hmm.
What is the spell range on this fucking spell? Why is it not in there? I can actually look up the range on Wrath.
Mm-hmm.
Does Wrath just... oh, it's a target me spell. Apparently. Okay, I get how it works. So I'm gonna look at this guy. I'm gonna cast Wrath on myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna focus my anger against this guy in particular.
Quentin, you are surprised. Sahagwayan, there's going to be some crossbow shots coming because that's what they had readied, and that's what their surprise is. So, frankly, to be honest, you are surprised. Let's see here. 2 on Yaalkol.
Flat-footed.
Wow.
Oh, shit. That confirms, I imagine.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Sad.
Just get...
Yaalkol got beat.
Yaalkol got, like, super crossbowed. And 2 on Revia. No.
Both miss.
Yeah.
Erik, what's your flat-footed?
17.
Yes, you take 13 then,
wow.
as one manages to like get a really good shot into your collar. So you got like a bolt like sticking out over here on your shoulder. It's like, god damn it! It's like right like where your armor separates from your like skin, so they managed to get it right in there, so it's not even through your armor. You got the lucky shot. But it has increased their morale that they can surely murder you and take over you. Any Revia, you get a standard action.
Yeah, I can't use any swifts this turn either. Just standard.
You could. I think you could use a swift. Honestly, I think it's just
Instead
you don't.
of
You
or
get,
am.
I think you could because in a surprise round, like you can get like you can't get a full action. So you can either get a standard or a move normally, but I think you could still get a swift action because they're so small. It's sort of like it's
Okay,
like
cool.
partial time or something. You're like reacting surprisingly, you know.
Yeah, then I will cast Shield of Faith on myself as a standard,
Mhm.
and then I will do a swift action, and I'll cast Weapon of Awe
Okay.
on myself.
So Nat, you get your standard. What do you want to do?
I will move over here, I guess, and that's my turn.
Okay. Yaalkol hasn't acted yet, so Yaalkol is still just flat-footed. Yaalkol's like, ah! Ow! Yes. Misty.
Okay. Because fuck this guy in particular, I
Yeah.
guess.
Sure.
I have an important question.
Sure.
I would like to swift action Bane
Mm.
against these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Are they humanoid?
They
What
are...
do they count as?
They are monstrous humanoids.
Monstrous humanoids. Okay, so I will get a +2. I'm just gonna post what Bane does.
Yeah, it's the...
This is what my feature does.
Yeah.
This is what the...
You have your
gives me
weapon
a
is
weapon, I
your
think.
weapon's magical thing counts as having the Bane
Yeah.
ability, which increases it by +2, and you do an extra 2d6. Yes, you will choose
Yes.
these
So
monstrous
I'm going
humanoids
to
will surely be murdered the shit out of by you.
Fuck this guy in
Oh, yeah.
particular. I gotta put it on my bonuses now.
Yep.
Plus 2 from that. He's my wrath, so I get another +2 from that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Attack. Oh, I'm putting it on attack rolls. Bane gives +2 is +2 goes to damage as well, right? From Bane.
Yes.
Okay.
Enhancement bonus.
Yep. I think that is everything, and I'm gonna just like start wailing on him with a scarf.
Okay.
I'll rapier him. I'll stab him with a rapier.
Okay.
The old 1-2 scarf.
15 to hit.
15 won't hit him.
Savage.
Yes.
I
Unfortunate.
think that's all my bonuses. Yes, that is everything. Okay.
But you rolled... well, you got a lot of bonus. You rolled low.
I
Okay.
have a +12.
Oh my God!
You
Holy
rolled
a
shit!
3.
it's-
Rolled a
Inquisitors,
3.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that is only going to go up next turn.
Quentin.
If I get 5, 10, 15, 20, I'll just move up.
Okay.
Strike at this one.
Okay.
Oh!
All right.
Okay.
Rip this guy. Fuck this guy in particular, man.
He will take a good hit. You'll kind of stab into him, kind of impaling into his chest a little bit as like he coughs up some blood, but he like kind of like screeches at you, claws and fangs out very angrily. Let's see here. This one will charge up at you. This one will charge up at Yaalkol. This one cannot charge, but will move up to attack. Honestly, I guess this one will attack Revia or Misty because this one that's been injured is totally going to get revenge on Quentin. So Quentin, claw, bite.
Oh
Jesus
no.
Christ.
Wow.
Alright, well, that does not confirm, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
It's 6 damage, so I take 8. I take 8.
Yeah. So it looks like as you get a really good hit and like hit into him, he seems filled with rage as like he kind of brings down his claws, one hitting into you and the other kind of like scratching across your face, and then tries to bite you and you manage to dodge out of the way. Then we will have bitey bites on everybody else. A bite on Misty. No. A bite. Wow.
Ow.
Not on Revia and not on Yaalkol. I don't think a 15 will hit Yaalkol, even with the charge bonus. So, 2 of them have charged. Revia, you're up.
Alright, I swift action cast magic weapon. My move action is to make a mirror image of me, and then my action is to stab this one.
The one that's attacking you? Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. You will
Assume
hit.
that hits.
Yes.
10 damage.
10 damage. Okay, it'll be a good hit on it. It's still going to be standing, but certainly it has taken some damage. As you manage to stab back at it. Nat, what do you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna move because shooting in a melee or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Is this considered shooting in a melee?
They're technically all in melee, so...
Oh, cool. Well,
but that one doesn't have the soft cover of allies, because I don't know if you've got the feats for that
Yeah,
one.
Just be an Inquisitor and get some teamwork.
Still a touch.
I'll just shoot him.
That will hit that guy. Okay.
Blammo.
Okay, he's one
Blammo.
shot then.
Blammo! As you just take
Blammo.
and just like shoot the guy in the face as he just flies back dead. Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, cool.
Huh.
Alright, I'm going to 5-foot step here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to, I believe, I'm going to attack this one. Is this one injured? Is that the, I'm
no.
attacking the one above.
Yeah, the one that you
right?
can't reach is
that one?
the one that you can't reach
Alright,
is the
so I'm
injured
going
one.
to swing on this one first.
Uh-huh.
I'm not large, so I am power attacking.
Yep. That will hit.
I see
Oh.
the number.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
So about that, we're just gonna do that.
Then I'm going to use my cleaving finish to attack
Yeah.
him.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Poor boy didn't know what was coming.
Splatteroni.
Oh my god.
God.
Probably.
This
He
one.
might
That
be
was
alive.
probably
This one seems like it's barely standing. It's like it seems like it's on its last legs. Misty.
Last spins, you could say.
Yes.
Alright,
I mean, it's got like fishy feet. It's weird.
I could meme and just like judgment and end this guy. But
Do it.
I don't need to.
Do it.
So I'm just gonna stab him.
Yeah.
Oh my
God,
All
he's
right,
dead.
Distracted
You know-
by Quentin and like it's like almost after like it splashes into Quentin, it kind of brings down his fangs to like
Roll
bite.
your bane.
You kind of like
Wait,
knock
roll
the
my
other
bane
ones
damage,
out.
Hold on.
Yeah.
2d6.
Mm-hmm.
So it's multiplied.
Oh yeah, he's
right?
like gone.
21.
So then you kind of like knock the one that tries to bite you out of the way, and this one that Quentin had fended off, you like bring up your rapier through its open mouth and like through the top of its head, so you just like skewer the top of it, and then just pull it out as it is way dead. I mean, it's like extreme dead.
It's like you can also move, I guess, to like. It's not gonna matter, but I'll like. Oh,
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
Just
Quentin!
guys. Oh.
A hop, skip, and a jump.
Sure.
Because
Uh-huh.
style points.
Yeah.
Oh no, your token has disappeared.
Yeah.
He's been
You're
consumed by
very
a
stylish.
dragon.
You're very stylish.
There you go.
Yes. It is Snuck Attack, and
Do I need to roll sneak?
you don't. It was at 0. It would have. It would have gotten if it had lived. It would have gotten
What
one
is he?
attack in that it would have done, like
How bad is it?
just to get
Oh, God,
revenge.
it's so dead.
But it's just really dead. Yeah.
How much HP was the one I murdered at?
It was at 5.
Oh, I thought it was like getting like a 1, and I just massively.
Oh no, sorry. It was at 4. It was at
It's
4.
Still massive.
Who hit this one before Nat?
Revia. This one was at
I
5. This one was at 4.
I did 10 damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Soft
didn't
lock
think you hit
and-
that one, so I'm like,
Yeah.
it died with 8?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, what?
That was one that I hit because it hit me.
Alright,
I tried to.
Alright.
I secured the kill.
You have defeated the wagon.
Like Waggles?
we need a
wagons.
German name for them now, so we can use the wagon, so, you know, Panzerkampfwagen.
The Swahagen.
Stop.
I mean, mashed together.
The Volkswagen.
No!
This Volkswagen. Add
The
an S
people's
to it.
car.
The people's wagon.
Mhm.
They're all animals.
Fishmanwagen? How's that?
Fishman wagon. There we go.
Fishmanwagen.
Fishmanwagen.
Yeah. They are all dead. Also down in this hole appears to be the remains of the entire crew, massacred.
Yeah,
Can I eat them?
Well, there's a loot.
Uh,
spellcasters here.
Yeah, is there any spellcasters?
Not really
I
concerned
mean-
about the corpse situation.
Nah, who gives
Maybe?
a shit? All right, they're dead.
I'm gonna start looting them.
Yeah, sure.
Listen,
Hey, can I perceive/investigate for a spellcaster body?
Sure.
All right, here we go. 29.
Hell
Were
yeah,
any of them
just-
spellcasters?
You don't think so? These people
Yeah,
have been
it's-
horribly like mauled by fish people. That have like clues. They like fight with their fangs and claws, but have like these big old crossbows because they're actually can be used underwater to a decent degree. For range if they need it. So that's what they were doing. Anyway, yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, it looks as though there doesn't seem to be much of any value in this ship, unfortunately. The crew doesn't seem to have a lot of value. It seems as though they hadn't even gotten a catch yet. They probably were just out on their fishing ship.
Did they have a captain?
Did
Perhaps.
that captain have a +1 chain shirt by chance?
No.
And a hat?
You don't see any
Is
sign
there
of
hat?
any... if there was a hat here, it's long since floated overboard when their captain was horribly mauled and murdered by Swaggin.
I take
Swaggin.
this Swaggin head off and I throw it into the water. And that's the hat.
Okay,
Oh
fine.
God, you just off its body.
The one
I
thing...
mean, is this just a thing you do for Besma? Is this
The one thing...
is this your tribute to her? Throwing
Nah.
heads and hats in the water?
Please,
Yes, it is.
Nat,
That explains so much.
can you please give me
Did you
an
guys just do it?
appraise
I thought you were
check?
just mad. Yes.
A what check?
Praise.
Appraise. It's a skill
No.
that
I
we
mean-
don't use very often.
I have no ranks in it, so
It's intelligence based.
I do have.
Oh, there's my
I have
Mhm.
no ranks in it, so unless it's a DC 10.
Damn, yeah, cool.
No, you can just roll it. It's not a
Yeah,
one
it's
that you
not a
have to.
knowledge check.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Alright,
sure
there you
it's
go.
not one.
I'm number one so far.
So, Nat, you will find a strange-looking necklace that seems to be made of gold coral and strange silvery metal with blue-black whorls. That seems to be on it. It seems to be quite valuable.
No, throw it in the ocean.
When
Throw it
you
in the ocean.
when you take a look at it, certainly Revia, you can identify the silvery metal. It is not magical. It is a
This is always perfect.
It is a silvery metal that is actually a platinum alloy called deep plantium.
Deep plantium.
This necklace is worth 1,500 gold pieces, approximately.
Oh shit! Alright, I'm writing that down.
Deep plantum is a rare platinum alloy that is found. It's virtually unknown to the surface world because it's mined from platinum deposits in the deepest ocean trenches, where it's exposed to poisonous deep sea vents called black smokers. And it just has the value of normal platinum here on the surface. But to sea races, such as the Sahagwayan or other ones, they acquire religious or magical qualities to the rare metal. Obelisk krakens, or either stranger creatures, are known to be the few that recover this metal from the fabulous trenches.
But we'll just sell it to some of these dead people.
How much is it worth?
1,500 gold, so 1,500.
Okay.
Do I find anything fun on the mangled people corpses?
I don't know. Like 5 silver. They were poor. They didn't bring
Hell
money.
yeah. Silver.
These are poor sailors that didn't have a
Yeah,
lot.
that's 5. Like,
These were the worst
gunpowder.
sailors of the sailing ship. Like this is the one you wouldn't have wanted to like loot. This is like the CR half sailing ship rather than CR like 2. You know. These guys were the
They're
worst.
actually the worst.
They were the
don't
worst, and then
Plus
they
one chain shirt.
no, they didn't even have that. Then they just got murdered by 4 fish people. Not a lot of fish people. 4 fish people.
I'm just gonna add strange coral thing to my stuff.
just like start worshipping the god of the sea.
Some kind of
Cthulhu.
hammer or whatever, right?
I worship Besmar already, okay?
Mhm.
No, I didn't mean that god of the sea.
There's
The
probably
Oh,
one,
yeah,
who,
well-
the one who slumbers deep below.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that one.
I would respect it.
that old chestnut worshipping dark.
I mean, he has a CR in this game. It's like a CR, go die.
We could
Yeah.
do it.
I mean, you could go worship, like, Dagon or something. Good work on that one.
Gazra, the goddess of the
from-
waves.
The Daedric Lord Dagon
Yeah.
from Elder Scrolls.
You could work
No,
with
the
Dagon, my
the
tiefling.
giant fish monster that's a demon lord.
Yeah, giant fish demon.
Yeah.
I respect it.
The Speakers of the Depths, which is the dualistic creator god of the Protean race that is also, like, ocean-based.
Yes, the
God.
proteins sailing in the the maelstrom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the great beyond. Yeah, you could.
That's where
that'll
best cars
just-
at.
Yeah. Or the Goblin Hero Zugmot, which can give you the Flotsam domain, the best domain ever. Oh my god.
Hell yeah.
It's side note. If you ever want to play a meme character that's on a boat, play a goblin with the Flotsam domain. They can just pull an item out of the water with a broken condition. And eventually you get to the point in time where you can be like, I have a broken scroll! Or I have a broken potion!
How does that work?
How the
not how that
broken
works.
potion work?
It technically
It
can
still
work.
works.
Items to
yeah,
get the broken condition before they're destroyed, technically.
Oh, that's
So what you should do
gross.
is you should roll on wild magic table or some shit if you're using it.
I know,
It's
it's
not gonna
Random
explode.
tables, random effect.
It'll probably have issues, definitely like that. But I like the idea of it. They could just be like, reach into the water, just pull out something that's got broken. That's like, it's the Flotsam domain. They're just like, ha-ha! I found water chunk.
So it's just the raft game, right?
Yeah, it's just round. You get a little hook, and you throw it out, and you pull it back in, and collect a barrel of potatoes.
except
Amazing.
at higher levels, this time it's just like a random scroll that's like wet. You're like, I can still read it. It's just a little wet.
Man, I found this 9th level scroll in the ocean.
I mean, hey, it might not kill me if I try to cast it.
Just
You
get a
say
lot of
might
these
not.
magic
Oh man.
Well, I would say a broken scroll has like a 90% chance to like have a backfire.
that's why
I,
you
th-
just
I think
don't
there are issues with it, technically, but then you could just take like magic to like fix stuff, like make whole or something. I don't know.
Yeah, some weird
You
shit going on.
get a make whole scroll that's got the broken condition.
That would be wonderful. Anyway, yeah. Unfortunately, there does not seem to be anything else on this ship. But you have defeated the invaders from the ocean that had slaughtered this crew.
Well, that was unfortunate.
That was boring.
Look,
That wasn't very exciting.
wow, she's so rude to those poor fishman that tried to like murder you and like
I kicked the one I wrathed on the way out
yeah.
with my peg leg.
They tried their best to like ambush you, and they were just waiting. And it's not their fault. You were on guard for them. That you suspected something because one of you actually made their perception check. Oh,
One of
I
us
also
had,
got a nat 20 and friggin' local, so that's a 31 or whatever it was, which is pretty dumb.
it's just because you noticed stuff and knew things. Jeez.
having a +10 to initiative is pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
I got
Yeah, it can't be me.
I got a 9. I rolled really poorly.
All right, you'll continue your quest to Tidewater Rock. It'll be a few more days of sailing, probably another like 4 or 5 days, before you will be approaching Tidewater Rock. But we were saying over the last break we wanted to end a little early, and maybe we could end here as on the horizon you are beginning to approach Tidewater Rock.
Should we get on the crow's nest and do some perception checks?
Yeah, get some perception going.
No, we all just roll nat ones.
Yeah,
In a
this
row.
session's cursed. We'll go next time.
So, the island that it seems to be on is known as Windward Isle. It's 2 miles long, 1 mile wide, and is almost entirely surrounded by a rough shingle or gravel beaches. The central elevation rises to 100 feet, and there's a tower of Tidewater Rock commanding a good view of the entire island. The soil is rocky and barren, with thin salt grasses, scrub trees, and a few boggy areas where peat is collected. It's awful.
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounds not great.
The perfect home.
Uh-huh.
Can we get Beach Island instead? I don't like this one.
Let's just go make Ghoul Island our home.
Wait, why don't we take over Gotet?
I think it's a little too big.
I will let you know, there is a harbor on Windward Isle. That's a quarter-mile wide channel that runs just south of Tidewater Rock, ends in a large lagoon, large and deep enough to hold 3 seagoing ships safely. So you could get some boats in there. But you'd be pretty obvious from the rock, honestly. From the keep. So it's the Keep of Tidewater Rock, which is a fortified tower that reaches 70 feet tall. And the same shown single that makes up the western shore of it. So it's a big old thing. And there is a docks, which leads up to it. Where
Do we
is
see
this?
any boats docked?
No. You will be approaching the docks as there are no ships at the anchorage right there. I'm trying to figure out the description of this. The only thing about Tidewater Rock is they give a lot of information about it. I have to figure out where is the information in the various things. Oh, here it is. The tower rises like a solid block from the sea at the edge of this island. The pounding surf rolls around the base and partially covers the steps that lead up the front gate. A few arrow slits pierce the walls here and there, and a single shuttered window opens high upon the face of the fortress. The roof of metal shingles rises from the battlements where sentries keep lookouts and siege weapons have been readied, and the corner turrets. So it looks as though someone is home. So it's up to you what you want to do. And we'll worry about that next time. Because obviously, you can now tell someone's here. Who they are?
We knew that.
Yeah.
You don't know.
We also technically know that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they moved.
Oh yeah, you
Because
did. You did learn about that. That there is
I
the.
went to the lady information.
Yes,
place.
you learned that a
Yeah.
lady Smithy.
Yeah, the temple where I got on
The
massage.
normal temple.
We spent like
normal
500
massage
gold or whatever it
information.
was.
I spent like 20 gold.
No, it was more than
It
that.
was more than 20 gold.
Was it more than 20 gold?
It
It
was
was a
like-
lot more than 20 gold.
It was like over 100.
Maybe it was 120.
Look, it was a really good massage.
Yeah. I paid for
so,
a pretty decent massage.
The question I will ask you is: you have 3 options in how you could possibly take this island over as your own.
Just sail up to the dock. like
You
you
can
own the
do
place.
by force, by stealth, or diplomacy. Granted, the diplomatic route could probably lead to you doing the other 2 later on after you gain some information if diplomacy doesn't go well. But
I think
I mean-
option 3 is not what we're gonna do.
I mean, listen, we can start with diplomacy, get into their base, and then if they say no, we just murder them in their homes.
Look, we know who our captain is. We know what option's gonna get picked in the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone's
That's
gonna
true.
die.
Yakul woke up always for violence.
Yaalkol has always chosen violence
Yeah.
every single morning.
I mean, that's the thing is, I have to say, I actually don't think that's true about Yaalkol. Yaalkol chooses violence when it seems necessary. But that's his
Yeah, I
choice
have
when
to
it
find
seems
a meme.
necessary.
I think Yaalkol chooses violence when no one else tells him that it's not violent this time.
I mean, like, I feel like
What does Yaalkol want to do?
when
He
Yaalkol
doesn't
goes...
murder randomly, but this is a very
Not
evil
shocking.
world, and he tends to just
There are
respond
good
to any sort of injustice with violence because it's the only thing he knows how to do.
Perhaps a stealthy approach, Captain?
Yeah,
Only half of us can stealth.
Like,
One of them
right
is
now,
not
it's
the
assumed that your ship is, rather than getting, like, we're assuming you're gonna at least, like, taking a pass, like, to kind of see things, that this is not, like, you could still just be in the shipping lanes. You don't necessarily have to be, like, doing something where you're stopping.
Yeah, let us, realistically, it's up to the captain.
Yes.
Yeah.
AKA Sal.
Wow. Not true. I'm not the captain.
Wink.
Wink, wink. If the group, if the officers don't even want to attempt a diplomatic route, then we could just go in there and murder them.
I said
I'm not an officer. The decision is not mine.
I just said
Yaalkol
sail up there like we
first,
own the place.
I mean, okay, so far I've heard
First
that...
and only option is violence.
Yeah, so far we've heard that Nat's option, which Nat's option is always violence, is violence.
Yeah.
Misty doesn't want to be involved because Misty is not technically an officer.
I'm not technically an officer, so I'm not really part of this conversation.
Quentin, what
you
is
can
your
have my
vote
job
on
later.
this?
After this job, you'll be officer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
In game.
Who'd you ask?
Quentin.
Quentin's would be for stealth.
If you ask Rio, he will say stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Or a mixture of stealth and violence.
Okay.
Okay, so can we all agree? Maybe we go in there as diplomacy first to see what's up, and then we go. Lets the stealthy boys scout out places where they can sneak easily, and then this lets the frontal assault know what's up, right? If we want to do a mixture, gathering information is probably more useful.
I assume we're gonna do diplomacy with the mild chance of violence. That's just my assume everything.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that plan. It does open up the risk that they might just see through our
how
deception, but
How about this? Sneaky boys sneak in while we go diplomacy, and if things go terribly, we engage in assault, and then sneaky boys are already in good position.
Raya makes a team of invisible people, and the invisible people go sneak in.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, sound good?
So what's
that's the plan?
what's the plan
sneaky
here?
Diplomacy so sneaky, we get people invisible sneaking in,
Mm-hmm.
while some of us go and do diplomacy. And if diplomacy fails, we got people already snuck in there, and then we do violence.
I'm going to tell you this. Stealth doesn't involve people going invisible and doing sneaky very easily. There is one route into the tower. It is up their stairs and through a front door. Like, if you're going stealthily, you would go up there probably quietly at night, break into the door under the cover of dark, and then be able to do stuff inside. Basically, you're trying to get a surprise attack. Yeah.
Well,
There is no, like, sneaking inside this place.
I see.
If you do ask Misty,
This place this is a well-defended place, though, is also what I'm saying, you know.
she will gesture to the 5 Marines that are on your ship.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have not used yet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Who really
do
wants to murder.
Let's do intimidation. All right, we bring in like 20 people, all right, and we tell them they leave or die.
what are we looking at here? Like, you said it's a tower. Is it just straight up just a tower? Like,
With
my original
arrow
impression was that it
slits?
was, like,
Okay.
some
So there's like a big, like, terrible, like, cliffy area where this big tower on top of where, like, honestly speaking, there really isn't a very easy way without climbing crumbling shale walls to get to this area, okay? There is a stairway that comes down from, like, a dock that actually is half the time submerged under the tide. So
I think having people sneak in invisible is still not a terrible idea. Because if we go in there, right in the tower, we get our invisible people in, and there's only like 3 of us in there, they're going to be less prepared for violence.
No, I don't think
Yeah.
I think that's going to be too hard. But
like when you make a
that point, if it's just
decision,
one way in.
you can't do one or the other is kind of thing. Like if you go in there,
Yeah.
you are not in a good. You can't really do. Like if you're doing stealth, you really can't break in there with the people. Is what I'm saying. You have to break in there with the intent of stealth to murder. You know.
I think my vote, Misty's vote, if you ask, will go to frontal assault.
Yeah. Frontal assault
Given as
could
a
work,
Marine
but it would be
and
difficult. They do have siege weapons and a lot of arrow slits, and it is a 5-foot wide staircase that you're going up to a fortified door. It's not impossible to break in up there and get in. That is possible. You could just use a frontal assault to win. I'm not saying it's not, it's an impossibility. Yeah. But it will be difficult. Frontal assault.
Quentin's opinion is that frontal assaults are stupid and suicidal, and why would you give your enemy a chance to stab you back?
Yes. Again, the stealth route, it would be like using the cover of night, maybe like finding a place on the island to anchor, sending in like one of your small boats, having that, people go up the stairs, break in, basically like slit some throats, that kind of thing, if they can remain undetected. Avoid a lot of the I'm breaking through outside defenses before inside defenses, because honestly speaking, arrow slits are really hard to hit things through, even if you have touch, because it's like +8 armor. So really, like, you're probably going to want to break into the tower to kill the people that are shooting arrows at you, and then they might switch to melee. But if you get them in the melee first without the arrow...
Let's do a meta vote, right? What do you guys want to do meta-wise? Like, outside the game perspective.
Because I'm not discouraging anything, because all of these options work. I have rules for all of the options. I'm telling you, like...
doing something like cover night stuff, I think is fun. I think generally, even if we fail it becomes fun too. So, I'm always down to try a stealth route. It's just Yaalkol will never suggest a stealth route.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be very bad at doing it. I will try my best though.
If we're doing out a character vote, then mine. It's funny that you are putting forward the opposite of Yaalkol, because I'm going to sit here and put forward the opposite of Quentin. Out of character, my vote's for the full frontal assault.
Okay.
Because I think that'd be hilarious. But also has the very big potential to get us killed.
Full meta, diplomacy is probably the best way.
Diplomacy, full meta, diplomacy is the easiest.
What's the diplomacy play? Like, what are we gonna say?
Yeah, like, we're just going to tell them, hey, this is our base now, leave?
We sail up, we, like, have some kind of flag, we want to talk, we get our most skilled fighters in there to talk about them and be like, oh, we want to work for you or whatever.
Meta-wise, no.
We try and kill them.
Okay, that is a thing, but meta-wise, there are a bunch of people that are living here anyway, that are not connected with anything else. You need people to, like, arm the place that you live at when you're not there. They can just still live there. And honestly speaking, they moved here for a reason.
Hiring them?
Yeah, you're basically, like, you're convincing them that, like, maybe if you give them a share of plunder or something, like you're giving the rest of your crew...
Oh, I thought this was another, like, pirate...
Yeah. No, they're not pirates. They're not pirates at all. These are just normal people.
I was under the...
No, I told you they were just normal. Like the lady's just like a noble from another country that moved here with a bunch of like soldiers. I told you that. They're just normal people. They've been normal people.
The conversation was multiple weeks ago.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Oh, I that's why I was like, I mean, like again, all. I have CRs.
That changes things. Then
diplomacy is diplomacy.
We put these people like under our protection, right? We could do that.
You could do that too. Again, okay. So I understand you forgot, but like the background was that you did learn that Lady Agasta Smithy came here after her husband died, and she wasn't in a position to maintain her noble position. And she's from, give me a second to go back to her character in here. You didn't learn about anybody that was under her. She's a Galantian family. She's of legitimate noble birth. She's an offshoot of a long-exiled Galantian family. So, like, things happen in the background. So she's still Galantian. And I don't know how much you know about Galtan. Let me look up Galtan because I don't remember. I don't remember a lot about it off the top. Galtan.
I just remember someone was there. That's a bit.
It's the chaotic land of Galt.
No, aren't they like slavers?
What a flag, dude.
They are chaotic neutral. The government is revolutionary anarchy. Oh, see, that's why they used to be ruled by nobles. They Franced it. She's basically on exile because her country went France and murdered a lot of people, and she ran.
Okay, well,
we probably don't know this.
Well, I mean, like, she was Galantian, and you could know about Galt. Knowing about Galantian and knowing about Galt are things that you would have known that she's a Galantian noble that is here. And the words Galantian noble...
And I would have said everything.
Yeah, you basically... I'm sure Nat has enough knowledge local to be like, Galt, that's a country that... we didn't look... that's fine. Miscommunications happen, and we talk again. Like as I was saying, all of your options were fine. I have CRs for basically all of them, and I will tell you, the diplomacy is easier one. Like if you want to do any of the other ones, they're fine too.
I think in general, we don't want to kill people we don't have to kill, right? So if
I see.
was under the impression that she was some kind of pirate lord.
That's
Took
what I
over this
thought too.
place as a
So my
no.
in-character vote stays the same, but out of character then diplomacy.
Yeah, I vote for the.
Yep.
I would vote in and out of the game, vote for diplomacy.
Yeah. You're like,
I would switch to just pure diplomacy now that I know it's just not some kind of pirate lord.
yeah.
Yeah,
You're
right.
like, oh,
Then
they're
it looks
just-
like we're pretty much decided, right?
Yeah, okay. Then we will worry about diplomacy next time, because we did say we'll just do that next time. So I assume what we're kind of going to do here as we kind of fade out is you will then move your ship in to get close to it, and you will take one of your dinghies up to the docks. Probably, I assume, waving like a maybe not a white flag, but something like similar to that, like a something that signals you want to parlay.
We come in
parlay
peace.
flag.
Yeah, I think
It still might be a white flag, honestly. Like, honestly, just waving like a white flag.
Yeah,
just
well, a white flag is like a apparently.
Sign of peace as well as surrender.
yeah. So it's like
For example, a ship at war wishes to enter parlay with its attackers may raise a black flag to indicate this.
Yeah.
But not a Jolly Roger. Which I think is what the ones with the crossbows called, right?
yes,
Yeah.
Jolly Roger.
Crossbones.
So we just get like a pure black flag, I guess, is what we're doing to.
Also, if
speak
I
to
remember
them.
right, the Jolly Roger might actually not have actually even.
I
Something
think
about
there are
The
some.
Jolly Roger existed,
It doesn't exist the way that people think it did. Like
but it was in the end of the Golden Age of piracy.
Yeah, well, the flag of Vesmar is a Jolly Roger, or the holy symbol. So that's
Yeah.
like the symbol of pirates of the world.
like in this world, the symbol of
Yeah.
pirates is a version of a Jolly Roger. Yes, at very least. Canonically in Galarian. In our world, it was used very sparingly. In the I think as we were saying, the back end of the Caribbean piracy age. But okay.
Yeah. Well,
We figured it out. Like honestly, I wasn't gonna stop you from going for combat. I think the reason I was a little discouraging on combat because I'm like, the frontal assault here. I know their statistics. It's a really difficult frontal assault because they're so entrenched. It's not easy. Yeah.
There's no reason for our characters to even do it. We want to avoid murdering people on ships when we're raiding them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we go full murder hobo on these guys?
Yeah. I mean, like the stealth
I
route.
honestly think most of our alignments probably should be chaotic good, even though we claim to not.
I'm not
be.
a good character.
I'm kind of like neutral right now, but I sort of lean good.
I'm gonna say
I
you.
lean.
Okay, go ahead.
Just because I can't in good conscience call myself good when we're just robbing towns who are doing nothing.
Yeah.
bad.
No,
Yaalkol's also killed people.
We aren't good. We're just not evil. There's a big difference between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
that's fair.
You I feel like
to be good, you have to be actively doing good things. Just you can't not be doing evil things.
I think the best thing I could say about you is actually your crew tends to lean towards you are chaotic neutral, but a very heavy part of it seems to lean towards maybe just neutral in a lot of ways, actually. Because honestly speaking, it's sort of like you pirate on the high seas, but there really aren't like laws there and stuff too a lot of times. And you do seem to like, have your own code of conduct you follow. So I feel like it's like you got your way of doing things. So it's like you almost lean towards that just like neutrality more than anything. It's just like, yeah, you just do your own thing. Still, I would say chaotic neutral, but like on the more neutral side. So closer to that.
That's fair.
That's just my assessment of how your crew is acting.
That is true neutral, technically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We're starting to find out she's a freaking necromancer, so I'm having some doubts there.
Necromancy isn't inherently evil.
Necromancy isn't evil.
It isn't.
Only
but
raising dead is evil.
I have not raised the dead. You've seen.
No, not yet.
Eve, technically speaking, raising undead isn't evil. It's just evil 99% of the time. Like, there could be...
You're gonna be singing a different tune when I raise the dead of our fallen enemies to have them fight their fellow allies.
Yeah, that would be pretty evil. I would argue.
But then
I mean,
we'd have an ally of zombie.
I mean, I'll be honest. One of my original ideas was a necromancer for this.
Hell yeah.
Like you
Resurrected zombie
like
cleric.
I actually did look into this as a side note before we finish up here. You could do a lawful good necromancer. The entire thing is you have to come from a place where necromancy isn't illegal, which that's fine. I mean, like, you could probably respect that you maybe not use it in certain like borders, but you could come with undead then. Anyway, also you could be like raising the undead for the greater good, or like, you know, like ask people that like when they pass away if I could use your corpse to like create
Can I have your body when you're dead?
yeah.
Can I please use your
Would you
corpse?
care to donate your body to scientific progress after your
Yes.
death?
It probably would be more like to like defend the town or something, you know, like I want to raise some like undead to protect the town. Could I use your corpse after you're done? You know, we're gonna use, you know, we're gonna offset our.
After
You're done.
You're done.
Look, your
done
spirit,
with
you're
it.
gonna be passed on. You're gonna be into your goddess's embrace. You know, you'll be happy, but your body's still gonna be here. Can we just use it to protect other people? You know,
just
Brady,
as,
please.
As a side note, there is a lawful good lich that has existed in
Oh,
D&D
wait.
before.
That's there is.
like if they left behind some family, like it's a soldier and they left behind their family, you're like, look, if ahead of time, look, if you die, you know, you go on and we'll continue as long as we're raising your body. We'll pay your family. You're still your body's working. We'll pay them.
I feel like this would be like a really cool but messed up town.
I love the idea of it though. I want this. This
Yeah,
is cool.
That sounds like a very like interesting
Nice.
just like place to have in the
Next
world.
Yeah.
campaign, we all play at necromancers.
Oh, I'm down.
But anyway,
Necromancer party. Let's go.
let
Who needs a front line when you just have zombies?
me send us
That
back
is the front line.
here.
Necromancer's the healer that's late.
And then let's go to Erik to give some shoutouts.
Yeah, I'm at Twitch Games.
Mhm.
Follow me. And play right now. I'm playing Resident Evil 6, trying to platinum that. That's gonna be done soon, and then I'll be doing a race of all the Soulsborne games. And I'm gonna be playing Elden Ring. So
Cool.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah,
That's
all
going
those
out.
Soulsborne games include the best Soulsborne game of all time, Hollow Knight.
no, I do want to play Hollow Knight. At
You
some
should,
point.
it's
That's what
amazing.
came through my blind spot.
Legitimately beautiful game
Lightning.
and heartbreaking at times.
What?
Lightning. Lightning.
Oh, I'm only here, really.
But we can skip
Sometimes I'm
mine
not
as
even
well.
Yeah, you two are
Mine's
only
the same as Lightning's.
Yeah, you two are here. You exist. Momo.
Sometimes we're not all here.
hmm
I exist here on other days.
Yeah.
Whether I do things on other days is dependent on how much two people let me speak during a D&D game. You can catch me here tomorrow at 9 p.m. for Children of Wrath, where I barely get to speak because it's chaos and I babysit 3 idiots.
They are
2.5
very
idiots.
2.5 idiots.
No, Claude's an idiot because he told a dragon he was a half dragon technically.
Good
Specifically,
way to get yourself eaten.
well, specifically in a universe, in a planet where half dragons don't really exist except through probably very evil reasons.
Abomination.
Yeah.
Yeah, Claude was also like a Phyrexian experiment or something. So like
Which are like
pretty fucked up.
evil, like magic-based Borg people who are like, you know, resistance is futile, except we're gonna make
Phyrexia.
you into like horrible, like bio-weapon abominations. Yeah, about that.
That sounds fine.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever read like the backstory of anything at all, read the backstory of Phyrexia. It's fucking insane and awesome.
It's
Probably one of my favorite pieces of magic lore is the creation of Phyrexia.
it is wild. It really is. And God, I'm going to say this in the nicest manner. Effectively, they had like the genocidal maniac of Yawgmoth created it. Is the best way of saying it. This is the most horrible man in existence if you actually read his backstory too. And he's just like, by the way, I'm going to create a horrible plane of like things that believe things similar to me, but worship like becoming like a machine. God, it's all ridiculous. Anyway, so
he's sort of Strahd.
he's like worse than that. Also, he became some kind of horrible like death cloud monstrosity at the end of his lifespan.
Magic is weird, dude.
Really is. Yeah. So you've got shout outs that are good.
Monday nights at 9 p.m. EST, we twitch.tv/Derek, we play Aurora Warmonger. It's a Kingmaker game with mass combat. Yeah, we're doing a lot of king-making stuff now because it's spring, so it's a time of peace and get through kingdom shit.
Ooh. It's the time of peace. We already...
Yeah, well, we just finished a long war, okay? So.
Are you sure it's not the time of slavery?
Fuck you. I have no slaves. There is not a single slave in my nation. It's all lies.
Yeah. You say that now, but just wait.
My character is neutral good, and my kingdom will be neutral good soon enough, too.
This is
Work on
one day.
Well, it started off as chaotic evil, so, yeah.
It's a meme. It's a running joke.
Yeah, it's a running joke, because I got called a slaver, and I called out the bastard for calling me a slaver. And then like, oh, I didn't say you were a slaver. I only completely hinted at it. So I guess I'm going to spread rumors to the entire nation you're in and say you're a slaver.
Wow.
Fuck them, alright?
Yeah, they're not. They were kind
bastards.
of rude.
They were. They were really rude. I was very justified in my telling them to leave my nation and never come back.
Gotcha. Myself, as Momo mentioned, tomorrow at 9 p.m. EST is Children of Wrath, where we're in Dominaria, and God, we're turning back from Awakening by making basically a giant mechanical Draco Lich to what?
Yeah, like this is why I said they're idiots. They made a Draco Lich.
They made like cyborg Draco Lich, which is even better.
Yeah. They made Draco Lich inside of Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, that's what they basically did. They're like, you know what makes a Draco Lich worse? If we put it inside Mecha Godzilla's body. Boom! We've done it.
I can't see how this can go wrong.
Yeah.
Flawless.
Also, two of us didn't know about this plan, by the way.
Yeah.
They just did it.
See, like, they could have gone other routes with their plan, but I didn't really feel them going those other routes, so I just followed through the direction they were going in. They didn't really steer me, as a person trying to understand their plan, in a different direction. So, battle chestnut. They had options. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. Friday morning, I should be doing, I'm gonna start Pathfinder Kingmaker, the game. I've said I was gonna do it. I'm gonna actually start it. I might only do it once a week, but I'm gonna do through Kingmaker and then Wrath of Righteous. Tomorrow morning, I might do a game. If I do, I'll just probably try to finale Final Fantasy 1, the Pixel Remaster, because I want to do that too. I don't know. I'll see how things are going tomorrow morning. And then Saturday's discussing tabletop. And that's the current...
I'm sometimes on that.
Yeah. Just like Lightning is sometimes on that. And Umber has been on
more rarely on that.
Yeah, Umber has been on there like once every few months or something. No, more than once.
I think,
once every few months.
I think I've been on it 2 handfuls of time.
See, that's why I said once every few months.
Yeah, yep.
Mm-hmm. And, Erik has showed up a couple of times. And Joe's too. So, yeah. That's 2 p.m. Saturday. That should be good and fun. And I hope everybody had a great time joining us today. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. It's Wednesday still. God.
It's Wednesday still.
It is Wednesday still.
It is Wednesday.
It's still Wednesday.
Listen. Alright. It's Wednesday for everyone that matters, okay?
Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy your evening. Have fun. Hope you enjoyed the show. See you next time. Farewell, everybody. I can't remember what else to say. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.